Heyo, we're back again, and about time, too. There is a good bit to discuss today. Oh lordy, I've been having internet problems. I forgot to... Damn it. I wanted to show you an image, but I forgot to download it. Oh well. TLDR. You know, can I show you? Hold on, let me see. No, I cannot. What did you do? My cat just knocked something off the desk. What are you doing? Oh god. Okay, sorry, I wanted to tell you about my internet, but I might as well start playing the game in order to do that. So before we do that, why not get started? So, oh good lord, that is loud. I forgot about how that goes. I honestly forgot for a second that I had to re-mute everything. But we're good now. So, I've got a couple of things to let you know. First, I might as well set out the game plan for today. Today, we have a bit of a scavenger hunt to do. You saw the title. The Collectathon begins, because today, we are pretty much just gonna collect everything in the game. Like, literally everything. We're not going to be able to beat the game this stream. I have a family outing to get to later today, but we're going to collect all the things. Every upgrade, every scan, barring the few from the last area that we can't access yet. But that is the plan. I also took the liberty of getting us out of the caves, because it's horrible in there. No, really, I just wanted a clean route for us to take. So I can get every important scan one by one. I did miss a couple of items in this run-through. I know, hard to believe. Even though I 100%ed the game literally 2 months ago, I somehow forgot some things. So we're going back. And now we have the best weapon in the game to do that with, so bam, bam. I love this thing. I love the plasma cannon so much. I tend not to lock on that much when I can just like do a quick little flick. Motion controls, man, there's something else. So, I spent a couple, I wanted to say minutes, but it was more like an hour or two setting up a route for me to take where I could just go straight through and collect all the missed expansions, everything that we need for the 100%. So that's what we're doing right now. We're gonna start in the ruins, and we're gonna go from there. Oh, I might as well melt this guy. I don't know if we got a good look at it last stream, but this weapon can melt people. It's beautiful. Halo 4 stole that, and they applied it to every single enemy in the game. Anyways, I somehow forgot that there was an item right here. Don't know how that happened. Can I even reach it from here? No, don't tell me I have to go up there. That's impossible. No, surely... Okay, hold on. You can't reach it from directly below. I thought you could reach it from right here? Seems I was wrong. Woo! Yeah, we're gonna go around. It might even be possible to reach it from there, but I'm gonna go around anyways. So today is not gonna be much in terms of, you know, progressing through the game. Oh, no, I'm sorry, dude. I didn't mean to shoot you. That's my dog right there. Where's he going? Hey, no! He betrayed me. It's my fault. I shot at him. Wow, that was my favorite character in the game, and I just got him angry with me. Relationship ended with War Wasp. You don't even have to think when you have lock on. Wow. I guess I don't do that enough. But, this is not the only... Oh god. This is not the only upgrade that I kind of missed in our previous run-through. I kind of missed a lot of upgrades. Like a lot. But it'll be okay. We should be able to run through them in reasonable time. And at the end of all of this stream, we're definitely going to be fighting one of the big three. One of the bosses that I just, like, straight up genuinely hate. I'm going the wrong way. And, he's at the very end of the phase on mines we were in last stream, so look forward to that. It's gonna be like a 30-minute fight at minimum. If you thought Thardus was bad. Speaking of Thardus, that was a glitch, by the way. I found out. That was when we fought him in the first stream, and suddenly the entire screen went white when you're supposed to be able to see him a little bit. I watched some other people stream the game, and wouldn't you know, they can see a little better in that part. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Classic video gameism. Oh, good lord, there's 8. Yeah, this weapon's not the best for everything, if I'm trying to lock on to everything. Yeah, I somehow missed this. This obvious wall. Oops. There's gonna be a lot of situations like that where I definitely should have seen it, and I did not at all. Surely it's, like, right here. I know there's one right here, but... Wait a minute, that is the thing. Never mind, I'm an idiot. Yeah, this is gonna be a bit of a trek. We're gonna be going through all of the areas of the game, pretty much. Getting all the scans and the, you know, collectibles that we missed. It's a collection stream. It's Metroid Prime the Collectathon. But I don't expect that we're going to make it much further than that first boss of the big 3, who is going to be a pain. You know exactly what I'm saying. If you played the game, especially on hard mode where his health pool's doubled. But, we make do. The story I wanted to tell you at the beginning of the stream... Oh, first and foremost, I got my first VOD mute. Like, we had the cat mute us before, yes. This time we're gonna be peaceable to this guy. Go on home, little buddy. You're important to me. Don't you forget it. We can't fight. We're brothers. I had my first VOD mute. Normally playing video game music is, you know, it's groovy, it's cool. You can do that as much as you want. Not TF2 music, for whatever reason. I couldn't tell you why. Oh, shoot. I think I got a little loud a couple seconds ago and the mic got stuck in loud mode. Am I going the wrong way? No. Anyways, I got my first VOD mute. It was the Sniper's theme. Which, on one hand, it kind of makes sense, because it's not the most TF2 of the TF2 tunes. It's kind of just a Bond theme reorchestrated. But good lord, it's a really good recording, dude. What do you want from me? I wanted to share that song with more people. But the VOD got muted 110% for the first while. So if you're a VOD watcher and you use Twitch, my recommendation is to not do that. Instead, go to the VOD channel. Yeah, I don't know how you were supposed to see this in this unassuming little hallway, but whatever. Especially with my darkness. I literally could not see the red of this plant from this angle. That is how bad the TV is. I'm going to talk about that every single stream, aren't I? One other thing I missed? These. That's an important scan. There's a lot of these, like, research scans that I just completely forgot about because, I mean, they're not missable. But they're just so insignificant. It's like, yeah, it's a grapple hook. We know what that is. We know. Does Samus really need to, like, scan in order to figure out what a grapple hook is? I'm gonna endeavor not to do that. See, I'm starting to get a little lock-on happy. I'm gonna be checking the map one hell of a lot today. So, you know, buckle down for that. But the real story, I got my Twitch VOD muted. A little bit of that VOD is still, you know... A little bit of that song in the VOD, I should say, is still up on the VOD channel, but not enough to get a copyright claim. I hope. I hope. Hopefully. Whoa! He dropped fast. Wait a minute. one of the scans I need is the big missile drop scan. So I gotta keep an eye out for that. Wow, this thing is not the best for handling those. I might switch to Power Beam when I see Shriek Bats. Do you... Chat, do you remember if we, went down here and got the item? You know what? Might as well check. Whoa! I feel like we didn't, but, you know, there's where the item's supposed to be, so there you go. I should have known. I didn't write that on the route list, but, you know, we're all human. We're all faulted. I kind of assumed that I would have fucked it up. Oh man, if only burning him kept him away forever, that would be real cool. Wait a minute, can you melt them with a charged... this? You can! That's news to me. I thought they were just, like, immortal. God, that is really satisfying. But, I've had so many stories already. But now that I'm done interrupting myself over and over again... There was one thing I really wanted to share. So, typically for me, I like to scream. I like to scream with some consistency. I don't like to let 3 days go by in which I haven't done a single stream. It's fun to, like, aim for consistency. That's another research scan, by the way. Another for the collection. I had... well, there's no beating around the bush. I had internet problems. Like, we paid for gig speed internet here with Spectrum. And, if I'm being honest, we've had no issues for 2 years. So I felt confident that, like, I can stream again, you know? Whoa. I can stream again. And things were going well for a week. Until suddenly they weren't. If you know upload speeds and download speeds, and you know we have gig speed, you might assume that we're getting about 1,000 upload and down... Nope, about 1,000 download, and between like 30 and 50 upload. And on one hand, you'd be right. On the other hand, I keep getting 0 download and 0 upload. It's scary is what it is. 0! So I spent like, oh good, I spent a while troubleshooting this, because I didn't want to stream again when it was going to be like dropping constantly. For obvious reasons, like, I mentioned a couple weeks ago maybe, I don't know, that this is not the first time I've ever streamed. I started streaming a couple years ago on a different account, but something happened. Like, very abruptly, my internet started dropping. This is the right way, yes? Yeah. My internet started dropping to 0 and 0 every 5 minutes. So I'd be streaming, everything would be fine. Oh god. I gotta check the list. Okay, it is correct. I've got a little scavenger hunt list I made for our route. But I had to check, what the hell was happening, why the internet was dropping every 5 minutes on routine. And if you watched the Splatoon streams, at least the very beginning of them, you'll know that the reason for that was one of my family members got a Wi-Fi extender that just, like, outright broke. You know what, there's a scan in here I should do. Okay, I guess you can't scan that when it's functioning normally. Whatever. A family member bought a Wi-Fi extender, and that Wi-Fi extender had created its own Wi-Fi source. Need a drink. Sorry, I'm gonna keep interrupting myself over and over again. And then in like 3 hours, the stream's gonna end, and we're gonna finish this story. Where the hell was I? Oh yeah, someone got a Wi-Fi extender, and it was doing that on its own. It was also pretending it was the Wi-Fi source, which was really cool. But that was problematic. That's interesting. So, after having so many Wi-Fi issues and not being able to isolate it because that family member, like, I went into their room and I said, hey, you don't have any Wi-Fi extenders in here, do you? I'm having to, like, test everything because the internet's being really, really weird. Okay. And they said, no, there's nothing in here. Sure enough, 6 feet off the ground, attached to a wall behind a flag, you know, a stealth mode Wi-Fi extender. It did exist, and it was pretending it was the Wi-Fi source, which means that even after we switched services, we weren't AT&T anymore. This thing still said it was AT&T. It created a Wi-Fi source that was AT&T, and not that you could connect to anything with it because, you know, it was broken. They just had a broken Wi-Fi extender in their room that was sabotaging the real Wi-Fi and making it impossible for me to stream. That was 3 years ago. Here we are, and that started a week and a half after my streaming began. And this time as well. Again. It has happened. A week and a half later, after I started streaming. Issues abound. I need to scan these guys, don't I? Already got them. So, I was not happy. I was starting to think I was cursed. You know, like you do when things go wrong. Can I please get up this? There we go. Oh! Oh, you. What is going on? There we go. Alright, this is one of the more annoying little expansions to get. Whew. Anyways, that was a bad time, the old Wi-Fi issue, and I was expecting that we were going to go through a similar thing. Sure enough, my house uses this Orbi mesh system. It's Netgear. I don't recommend Netgear to anybody, by the way. They won't even give you customer service unless you pay, like, an annual fee. Tech support? Nope. You gotta pay for that, buddy. Classic Netgear. Anyways, we found out that our modem was working fine. The router was working fine. But the thing that I was using, because we have a smallish house, but big enough that you need, you know, a mesh system with satellites to get good Wi-Fi in the bare corners of the room. I was about to say map. I was literally about to say map. My house is a map. So, my satellite in my room, that's where the problem was. And do you want to know how we solved this? After we isolated it to the satellite, we reset the firmware, we factory reset the satellite, we did just about everything under the sun. Manually downloaded uploads, updates for the firmware, did everything I could. No dice. I'm getting just like lambasted right now. And so, the solution I came to, it's a band-aid, is what it is. Oh, really? Yeah, what we went with, it's a little silly, don't laugh, promise me you won't laugh. I bought a 100-foot Ethernet cable, and I'm running it through the house. Oh god. Yeah, that's a band-aid if I've ever heard one. We're waiting until, like, a good time to buy a new router system, because Netgear's Orbi system has, like, thoroughly let me down. Don't let me down, Orbi. Why have you done this? So, sad face, that's where we've been at. You can't just say sad face. You can't just do that. But as long as this Ethernet cable, you know, this 100-foot Ethernet cable is snaked throughout my house, I have normal speeds. You know, 1,000 download and 50 upload, so we can stream without dropped frames. That's why last stream was so framey, by the way. I'm sorry about that. There was really nothing I could do. I kind of vowed I didn't want to stream until I had resolved it. But here we are, 3 days later. So I broke my my rule. This is the 4th day, 3 days later. Wait a minute, can I scan this? Yay! But that's where we're at now. We have decent upload and download again. No more of this. No more of these issues. I'm sick of it. Hopefully that means no more dropped frames for the rest of my streaming career, but I kinda doubt that. I don't see that happening. At least when the frames drop at this point, it won't be because the internet speed. So that's one thing resolved. That's very nice. I don't have to worry about that anymore. But here we are. This is, I guess, the test stream to make sure that this Ethernet cable really is all it's cracked up to be. I think I'm going this way next. Let me check my list. Yup. You know, just in case we do end up, like, breezing through this route. I can't see, it's pitch black in here. Oh, the capture. Why did you guys get it better than me? I should be the one getting it better. I'm watching it on a TV. What's going on? Yep, there we go. So this route, it's a pretty clean route. We're only gonna need to stop in every area like one time. Oh, good lord, the cat is in my lap. The cat in the lap. What are you doing? Do you want to hear me, like, screaming into a microphone? What's your deal? Oh, are you gonna jump somewhere else? What's the plan? What are you... Oh, hello! She's licking my face, chat. She's expressing love in the only way she knows how. And I'm ignoring her to play Metroid Prime. You can leave now. She's gone. Oh boy. She's such a loving, amazing cat that I almost forgive and forget the times when she ends the stream, or mutes the stream, or X, Y, or Z's the stream. But like I was saying, we're only going to be stopping in every area like once. Except maybe Magmore, because, you know, to get to Phendrana Drifts, the only connecting area is Magmore, so you're going to have to, like, use Magmore to get into Phendrana Drifts, and then use Magmore to get out of Phendrana Drifts, so we'll be doing that. But that should be, like, that should be it. This should be a pretty straight shot. And if it is, like, as straight of a shot as I'm hoping it is, then we can finish the game this stream. It is a route. It's a pretty good route, too. Albeit most of the route is just me making up for things that I've missed. Like, this long one. I missed something in the sunken ship, guys. I'm sorry, we have to go back. We have to go back into the sunken ship. Ugh. Yeah, there's a missile expansion that I missed. If you know the game front to back, you know exactly which one it is. It's the only thing in the entire sunken ship, the only collectible, but for 100%, we gotta get it. If this route is as streamlined as it is, I don't have any hang-ups about beating the game today on this stream. I thought there'd be turrets. But, simultaneously, I've got that family outing later today. I don't know if I'll be able to stick around too long. She's back. Hello? What are you doing? Are you gonna be doing this every 3 minutes? She's back on my lap, licking my face again. This is just like her favorite pastime. She's purring, she's happy. What's your deal, Nutmeg? What is this? I almost don't want to get too loud. Wait a minute! I thought you were a missable scan. Maybe later? Maybe he becomes missable in a little bit. I wonder when he despawns. You know what? Probably after I beat the Phazon Mines, which we have yet to do. We got a bit of a ways into them, though. So, well, it's pitch black on my screen. Okay. We're gonna be immediately backtracking. Please tell me it's... Okay, thank God. It's gonna continue to count as though I've just pressed those... You know, the electronic switches that I did not want to hunt for again. Who knows, this might even be a breeze. Can you melt the tentacle? Yeah! Oh my god, what a beautiful weapon this is. Threat eliminated. Oh no. How is he on fire underwater? You know what? Forget it. It's plasma, I guess. We're doing a sci-fi techno battle again. What happened to the floating dude? There was a floating dude here last time. I hope he didn't decompose. Maybe he was eaten by the big tentacle freak. Who knows? But yes, if we do make it through in, like, a reasonable time... Why are these active again? The others weren't. If we make it through in reasonable time, I will beat the game this stream. I don't have an issue with that. Although, together, the last two bosses are about an hour and a half an endeavor on their own. So that might not be too feasible. Ah! Are you always here? Hey. Is this supposed to happen the first time? Oh joy. What must I do? Okay, super missile. There we go. We're gonna be ending this with like a crazy number of missiles. Buckle up. You're kidding me. Please tell me I can get back up. I'm begging you, dude. Platform. Oh, thank you, platform. I did not want to go through the entire crashed ship again. That would set off... That would set off? That would set us off course of the route. We would no longer be able to continue doing things as I want to. I'm not gonna lie, that tentacle freak kind of jump scared me there. I wonder why that didn't happen on our first run through. I don't think it's ever happened to me before either, so it only happens if you have to revisit this place, which... I didn't, maybe? They're back. I guess they're not that missable after all. They're definitely missable. I can promise you that. I don't know when they become missable. Hello? Yep, okay, about every 3 to 5 minutes we have the cat back upon us. Why are you like this? You need to pick your moments better, Nutmeg. So this should be an easy breezy day, as long as we don't have to fight the bosses. Which I guess means today is gonna end with something not so easy and not so breezy. It's hard to pick a least favorite between the final bosses, in terms of their fights on hard mode. I like all their designs, I'll say that much. But if I had to pick a least favorite, it's probably the one we're gonna fight at the end of this stream. Probably. We'll see. I honestly... I kinda doubt I'll make it through on my first attempt. It's that kind of fight. No? Yeah, if you know him, and you might not think he's that hard. But on hard mode, his health pool is doubled. And... this is definitely the boss where that is the most annoying feature. Out of any boss fight in the game. Stardust, it was definitely annoying because the fight took way longer than it should have. Good old Staggerlock. Where's the other guy? There he is. We can finally clear this gap like a grapple hook genius. A real G. Man, I keep forgetting to look at all the missile drops, because if I get, you know, if I get the 10 missile and I collect it, I will cry. On stream. Do not presume that I won't. This is... yeah, this is the right way. Okay. One of the scans that I was supposed to get at the very beginning of the stream, but I forgot. It's this thing. If you forget to scan the gunship, you don't get credit for 100%. Sorry. It is a little weird that, you know, Samus doesn't have data on her own ship. But whatever. Whatever. What is this foreign entity? Oh, it's my ship. Of course. Maybe I should have stopped for help. Okay, the cat is back. Meme, are you gonna do this for the entire stream? It's such a distraction, I won't even lie to you. It's like, it's crazy distracting with my ADD-addled brain. Can you please leave? Please, please, please go. Oh my god. I can't even see. She's like, must lick face. Must get in the way. Thank god that didn't bumper me off. Yeah, this is something that we haven't been able to get up until just recently with the grapple hook. And another special item. The X-ray visor. I want to get up there. How do I do that? Ta-da. I guess there are raindrops on this platform. Not on the next one, but, you know, this one. That's something. It's a clue, at the very least. Do I disable those this stream? Because it's gonna be annoying that... Isn't there a thing here? I feel like there's a thing here. Nope, okay, it's up there. Alright, there are 2 items. I can't just leave this here the whole whole stream, I can't. It's gonna bother me so much. I know. This is one of those weird spots where there's just like 2 upgrades in a row. Ta-da, there's the next one. That was weird. Of a thing to learn, but we got it, we're good. Spawning grounds! Yippee! Next salmon run stream, no spawning grounds. I told you I think of it every single time I'm here. 2 rotations, and neither of them are spawning grounds. We eat like kings today. You remember last stream when I, what's the word? Power bombed? Is it power bomb? Morph bomb? Nope, that's not it. Let's just call it power bomb. It might even be power bomb, who knows? I power bombed a bunch of columns in the lava area. Lava lake, to be specific. Turns out that is not how you do it. It's just how I did it in my last playthrough. I don't know why. You know, we make do. Powerbomb can work to do this, but it seems that the way to go about it is super missile. Okay. That's fine. Don't even trip, dog. Camera, can you turn around? Okay, just don't. Yeah, just keep making me charge blindly at the camera. Ooh. After all these years, I still dislike this room. Just ignore the lava snake. What hit me? Did I just bumper his hitbox or something? That was weird. You know, I'm starting to realize I've used the term bumper so much because of Splatoon Salmon Run that I've started using it instead of bump, even when it's not really that applicable. I bumper into things, I don't bump into things. Yes! We got it. Big missile. I thought there'd be another guy. Fair enough. Shows up a little late. Wait a minute. That box was glowing red. You saw that, right? No way. Does that mean the boxes have health bars on them? There's no way. That would be so sick. It's the little things. You know you're like way into a game when discovering something so like simple and nothing-y kind of makes you giddy. It's like, yeah, that was in the game the whole time. Let's check, let's find out. It might just be a result of the heat ray. Okay, it was the heat ray. It didn't happen that time. You know what? I no longer know. The detail has been lost to time. Who knows why that happens. I'm assuming it is, like, damage, but just with this thing's splash damage. Right here. Is it Bendesium? Yup! Ugh. Ta-da. How do I leave? Oh, thank God. I was watching the capture window because it was just pitch black for me. As you know, if you've watched any amount of these Metroid Prime streams, this TV and its brightness settings are an endless cause of anguish. Am I going backwards now? No, this is the correct... Is this the correct way? This is not the correct way. I was getting deja vu. I was like, I've already been here. Go ahead. You gotta wait your turn in this room. Oh, good lord. I am getting horribly turned around now. That was a little embarrassing. Pretend it didn't happen. It's a simple solution. If the streamer embarrasses themselves, just pretend it didn't happen. Nutmeg, why? Go away! Stop this! She's climbing all over me, licking my face. I don't get this. Why are you like this? I'm keeping an eye on the radar this time. I don't want any surprises. Yes, that means you, Nutmeg. Get out of here. I did scan these dudes, right? Yes. My 100% playthrough, one of the only scans I missed was the armored versions of those dudes that only appear in that one room that we saw last stream. I think that was last stream. There's an item in here. Is he standing on thin air? No, that's correct. That's how it's supposed to look. He's just a little bit of floating. He does have a jetpack after all. He's not still alive, is he? Nope. Alright, there is something in this room somewhere. There it is. Shoutouts to the X-ray visor. Ta-da. We're gonna be needing this because there are invisible platforms. There's gonna be a lot of... Oh, okay! There's gonna be a lot of these, funny invisible platform challenges throughout this little collectathon. Hopefully, at the end of today's stream, we'll have every upgrade in the game. At least if everything goes to plan. We will also have defeated the boss I hate the most. I think I've come to terms with that. He is the guy that I hate fighting the most. For a couple of reasons, we'll get to that when we get to it. I'm gonna go over top. I don't even need the ball mode, I can just double jump. I forget that. That was a neat discovery last stream, figuring out that I could just, you know, morph ball jump over that. Is this Lava Lake? Yes! Motion control flicking. Good lord. This is probably not the column? Nope. Yeah, if you saw last stream, you saw that I did a little bit of power bombing to every single column in these lake-like rooms. It was this one right here. You know what? Just for posterity, I might try to powerbomb it again. If it doesn't work, we'll try one time. If it doesn't work, you know, forget it. I'll just super missile it. That seems to work too. You know, maybe one of these days I'll do a Super Metroid playthrough too, and a Zero Mission playthrough. It would feel wrong to do Super Metroid without doing Zero Mission first. They're kind of partner games to me. They pair with each other pretty well. Because, like, I played Super Metroid first between the two, but I didn't beat it. Okay, here we go. Oh! Well, now we know. I don't know how I did this my first time. Artifact. Yeah, I don't know how I mixed that up. Guess I just, like, formed a false memory. What are you doing? Now she's on the desk. She's realized that she can't, the cat, she can't get to me by, bliming me and licking my face. I can just push her off. Now she's 3 feet away from me on my desk. Like, standing closer to the keyboard than I am. If she clicks a button, I will not be able to stop her. I think that's everything for Magmore. Yeah, that's everything for Magmore. And the cool part about that is that the route demands that we turn around. This is definitely the most egregious little backtracking trek part of the route I set up. We have to go all the way back. Granted, the crashed ship, I assumed that would be longer than it was, but it was still something, that's for sure. What, like 3 minutes? Not the worst backtracking. This game's got a bit of a backtracking heavy obsession. You know, I might as well save you time. I haven't read the artifact descriptions this run. I wonder if you even get the hint. Well... no. You recognize that sound? That's Star Wars Battlefront. Like 110%. Okay, we don't have the rumor. It'll just tell us artifact acquired? Okay. If you go to the artifact temple that we saw in the first stream, it'll give you little riddles that tell you where the artifacts are. One thing you might not realize on your first run-through is that the name of the room that each artifact is in that hint. It literally tells you where they are. It defeats the purpose of a little bit of the riddle aspect, but, like, I guess I'd take that. He sees me. Huh. Got me from the grave. Need more water. I will tell you why in just a second. I have good reason today. That looked like a capture on the mic. That's scary. So, I live in Florida, yeah? I don't know when I picked up this tick of saying yeah at the end of my sentences, but I guess that's where we're at now, as a streamer. I live in Florida, and it's usually really, really hot in Florida. I know, shocker. Hard to believe. Florida, hot? What? What? Well, to kind of combat this, I installed a window unit. Oh god! I forgot this time and this time only. We will never come back here. I installed a window unit. And my window, it was a little too big for the unit. So I had to do something on the sides of the unit, yeah? And the best thing me and my family could come up with was this little felt-like thing. Because it's Florida, it's usually hot. There's definitely no danger of being too cold. Lo and behold, it's 40 degrees out, which in Florida, that's cold. That might not be cold where you're from, I don't know. I live in Florida, and in Florida, 40 degrees is way too cold. And because it's just a little bit of felt separating me from the outside, it's really, really cold in here. Like, I can't do anything about it. Even a space heater would not be enough to save me from this frost. That didn't say Frindrana Drifts, right? Yeah. We need to go here. I hope. Let me check, make sure I'm not crazy. No, I'm crazy. I was wrong. It was here. We needed to go there. Ah! It's fine. It's fine. Just a little bit of backtracking. I knew it was a Frindrana Drifts thing. I guess I got too into the fact that we would be, you know, backtracking a whole bunch right now. I'm not using Spider Ball. I hate that thing. It's just so slow. I can't stomach it. It's unpalatable. No thank you. Bup beep bup boop beep boop. Classic room theme. Beep bup beep bup boop beep bup. I will never forget you again. Well, immediately, a minute after I said we're not going to be coming back here, ever. Ah, that was a lie. Immediately. Okay, that just happens every time. That's good to know, at least. We're at that point of the playthrough where enemies don't really pose too much of a threat. So usually it's just cool to ignore them. You know what? I just realized there's an energy tank that I didn't write on my list. I know where it is. I need to be a little bit diligent when we get to Frindrana, which is now. I wonder why that box was red earlier. I'm gonna have a tough time letting that go. This is gonna be a very, very long day, isn't it? Well, we already made it through 3 areas. Who knows? We might just breeze through all of this. We got the missile upgrade in here, yeah? Surely we didn't forget it. We definitely would have gotten this on our first run through this room. Like, surely. I have very little faith in, like, past me, past Mumph. I do not trust that guy one bit. I mean, just look at all these things that he missed throughout the entire run. Simple things, too, that you only need, like, a missile for. Or a super missile for. Like, he's not with it. I'm gonna ban him from the stream. Let me hear it one more time. Ah, that's beautiful. 07. Salute Aang. You know, I'm a bit of a sucker for, what is it, ASCII? ASCII? How do you say it? ASCII? I'm a sucker for emotes done in that art. That art style. With just characters. You might have been able to tell. I use a lot of, like, colon close parentheses for a smiley face. I love them. I mean, I can't bring myself to use XD. That causes me pain still. But I really like ASCII art. And one of my favorites is the shrug. That's neither here nor there. I just wanted to tell you that I really like the shrug guy. He makes me happy. What I was going to say is that my most recent addition to my ASCII collection, a lowercase o and a 7. I've really liked it. It's like, I keep seeing it in Twitch chats, but for some reason only in Splatoon, only in Splatoon streams. Like when something bad happens to somebody, they'll be like, oh rip, salute, 07. 007. I like the look of it, the little saluting dude. He's a good dude. What am I doing? I need to scan this, right? That's not the scan visor. So there's a lot of things that we missed on our first run through this area, but there's a lot of other things that we just straight up couldn't get. We might have been able to get this last time, but I completely forgot about it. There are others where that is definitely not the case, like that one that was over there. We needed thermal beam. You know, I'm gonna keep calling that thermal beam for as long as I'm alive. I know it's plasma. I got you. I know the terminology. I just don't care. It's a thermal beam. It's kind of unfortunate that every time I see someone disintegrate via the thermal beam, I think of Halo 4. Halo 4. Sad experience. You know, I don't think I've talked about this. I know at one point I did mention that I grew up with Halo. Like, those were my my shooting games growing up. A console shooter. With, would you call it twin stick aiming? I don't even know what you would call it these days. Because twin stick is like Enter the Gungeon. Monolith, also known as Star of Providence. Speaking of which, as of recording this stream, you might know this. You probably know this. I'm gonna tell you anyways. Donkey, video game Donkey, with his company, Big Mode Games. They sponsored that game, and I guess they've become its publisher? Something along those lines. Let me know in the comments if you want me to play Monolith, now known as Star of Providence. I can't seem to not call it Monolith when I bring it up, because that's what it was when I bought the game like 5 years ago. Thank you, helpful AI voice. Man, it makes me happy hearing an AI, like, in a video game voice that is definitely not a voice that an AI made. Like, I don't have to hear that weird TikTok voice, you know the one? I hate that voice so goddamn much. I was about to do an impression of it. And not only can I not do that, I wouldn't even, like, dare to presume you'd be willing to hear it. Hey. Dude shot me through the door. I'm starting to think at this point the only people that use that, like, auto-generated... the jovial lady, let's call her. Because, like, no matter what she's saying, she's got this chipper attitude. I was washing my car when all of the sudden... It's that voice, you know the one. I cannot stand hearing it. I've heard it too much. Its inflections drive me crazy. There are 2 items in here. I think. Right? Time to check the list. There are 2 items in here. Let me out. Oh, I can just double jump out. Okay. Wait a minute. It was the other room. Damn it. This is west, right? Yep. It was the other room. Hey there. At least it's not much of a backtrack. You gotta love how having all these, like, upgrades make it almost trivial to retread through old ground. I started talking about Halo, and then I abruptly stopped, as I was prone to doing. So, my first Halo game, because, you know, this is a stream, I'm a streamer, I get to ramble about whatever the hell I want, it doesn't even matter if it's relevant. I mean, this isn't a no-commentary channel, what did you expect? I grew up with Halo 2. That was my first Halo game. I didn't play Combat Evolved until, like, way later. Oh. It's right here. But Halo 2? Absolute banger, especially as a kid. That is, like... It's a beautiful thing to have. I grew up at a... Like, I was born before the 2000s, but I really grew up in the 2000s. And I used to play so much co-op Halo 2 with my brother. Like, so much, an absurd amount. Beautiful, formative memories. And it was a perfect vessel for that shit, too. The Halo 2 campaign, glorious. There are so many Halo campaigns that are just, like, really, really fun. And the multiplayer, too. We played a lot of 1v1. Random weapon fight was the go-to. Do a custom game, you set everyone's weapons to random. There's like an infinity of fun that a kid can have with Halo games. I don't know if it's the case anymore. Sad as that might be to say, I do not know. Halo 3, phenomenal. Beautiful. ODST? It had some flaws, but overall, like, getting Firefight, beautiful, awesome. Getting the, I wanted to say lasso challenges, but no. What else do you have to do for the recon helmet? Yeah, I'm that kind of kid. I got the recon helmet in Halo 3. I mean, when you're a kid, you can't really afford every single game in the universe. You gotta just play what you have access to. And I had access to Halo 3 and ODST. Please. I got stuck on the wall. Halo Reach, I think, was like the grand finale of the franchise. Depending on who you ask, Halo has, like, been dead since Halo Reach came out. Like, Halo Reach was an absolute banger. I'm one of those, like, weirdos, as you can probably guess from my Splatoon streams, who loves customizability in a character. I love to design characters, I love to, like, from the tools available, create armor sets and visual looks. I love it. It's, like, one of my favorite things to do in games. And that's gonna, like, you're gonna see that permeate every single stream where customizability is a feature. Sorry, I got distracted by this guy. I don't even know how. This is an invisible pirate room. What are you aiming at? Is there a turret up there? There is a turret up there. I think there's still an enemy in here. Yep. Why am I using this visor? What's wrong with me? Wow, it's like he never existed. I don't need to scan those anymore, we're good. This is research entrance. I need to get to research lab Hydra. I'm pretty sure is the next thing. My notes tab just crapped out on me. Yep, okay, that's the next thing. I'm gonna have to periodically check my notes, because otherwise I'm gonna miss a thing. We're gonna get to the end of the game and it's gonna say, "Congratulations! 98% completion." We won't get to see the funny bonus for beating the game on hard with 100%. The funny bonus that everyone wants to see. I won't spoil it, don't worry. Yeah, this is a pitch black room for me, I had to do that. You'll forgive me. You'll do it. Is this Research Lab Hydra? Yes. Aren't there turrets in here? You're fine? Is that the chill dude? Huh. I feel like that first one is still alive somewhere. Did he just tank that? No way, right? Immortal space pirate discovered. Yeah, so that definitely one-shots them, but not when they're hanging from the ceiling. Sometimes it doesn't even damage them if they're hanging from the ceiling. Sometimes. Janky little thing. Okay, I guess it does a little bit of damage. Just a little bit. I do love these spidery dudes, though. I won't lie. I find them, like, incredibly endearing. One of them is still alive. I think he's up at the top, maybe? But we have a bit of a journey to go on, so I might as well start rambling about nothing again. These are yap streams. That might even date the video. If you're watching it live, you probably know yap by now is like the Gen Alpha, like, go-to, this guy is talking a whole hell of a lot. I don't know if it's Bendesium or not, but we might as well test. Oh no, we let him out! It's fine. There we go. I'm a yap streamer. That probably dates the video again. I'm gonna try not to use the funny terms. We just got out of the weird Bibbidi Riz phase as a society. I don't want to contribute to that. At least I like to think we just got out of it. Who knows, we might be forever entrenched in hell. So I talk a lot, and often about unrelated things, and you're just gonna have to deal with it because I like to talk. There are people who like to hear talking in a stream, I don't know. Like, I mean, I could just stream, like, for the next several hours without saying a single word. Would you like that? Would that do it for you? It wouldn't do it for me. Not just as a viewer, but as a streamer. I wouldn't like to, you know, shut the fuck up for multiple hours on end. Silent streamer. Yeah, I don't really care for watching streams that are completely silent, unless I am very specifically in the mood for a no commentary playthrough. To watch, not to listen to. Like, just to completely ignore as background noise, to be frank. You know what? No, we don't need a save point. We're healthy. We're plenty healthy. Yeah, we're just gonna need to be purple screen for the rest of the game, aren't we? No, not in this next room. At last. The purple filter has been lifted. We have another artifact in here, by the way. I mentioned on like the first stream that we could get an artifact in here. It's finally doable. I think you needed this heat cannon to do it. Isn't there a second wave? Yup. I didn't... You know, I mentioned that I didn't grow up with this game. I played it in college for the first time. I'll get back to the Halo discussion in a bit. We've talked about its golden age, but there's a lot of sag that's come since. Well, my first exposure to this game was like, what, 2003? 2004? I was at a summer camp that let us bring our GameCubes and play only some of the time, which was beautiful. I got to play a lot of Melee with friends, a lot of Smash 64 with friends. People that I definitely wouldn't have met otherwise, but people who like went on to be best friends and like cherished parts of my life. We played a lot of GameCube games. All of which I hope to play on stream at some point, except maybe Melee. I don't know if my hands can handle that anymore. What was I saying? What was I yapping about? Maybe I can be the one to kill yapping, if I say it enough. Maybe the Zoomers and the Alphers, the Alfies, the Alfs, maybe they'll stop. You know a generation is like getting a little weird when the act of talking whatsoever is seen as a negative. Bro, this dude's yapping. Did you just what? Did you just want everyone to be silent? No one's allowed to talk anymore? I'm getting distracted. My first exposure to this game, 2004. A friend, best friend at the time, wanted me to see it. He was like, dude, this game is so cool. And my only exposure to anything Metroid is the dude chill again? I bet he's chill again. Chill again. There he is! Chill again! That's my dude right there. Man, I would love to make this the thumbnail, but it would look so ugly. It would really look ugly. He's another friend of the stream. You get a couple friend of the streams. Friends of the stream. In any Metroid Prime playthrough. You get the War Wasp, the classic guy, and you get Chilligan. There's nothing in this room, right? You know what? I'm actually a dumbass, is what I am. I have to go through this room again. I even mentioned the fact that a couple rooms ago there was an artifact in this room that we needed to get. And then I just went on about my day. I don't know how that happened. Oh, that's so silly. Oh, man. I feel a little bad. I'm sorry for wasting your time. It'll happen again, too. I can almost promise you that. So I guess there is a negative at the end of the day when it comes to, just sharing personal experience every single chance you get. You start to forget the important things, like 100%ing Metroid Prime. The story I was getting into, I had a friend that wanted me to show the game, and we were like 6 or 7. We were babies. Maybe 8, maybe 9, I don't even fucking remember. But this dude, he wanted me to see Metroid Prime. And how did he go about doing that? I had never played a Metroid game, I'd never even seen a Metroid game, I'd only seen Samus in, Smash 64 and Melee. And I didn't really particularly enjoy using her kit in, 64, so I didn't. How do you break this? Okay, it's an HP sponge. Ta-da. That worked. Anyways, friend wanted to show me Metroid Prime. So he loads up the game, and he walks straight to the final boss fight. In like a matter of minutes, mind you. When you're a kid, like, you only have a couple games, you can't afford a ton of games, so the games you do have, you get a crazy amount of mileage out of. And I think one of the, like, staple things that kids do, at least in my experience, and at the time, I don't know if this is the case anymore, because, like, you know, you finish a game, you can just download something for free on your, like, phone or tablet, and start playing that instead. But what you would do when you beat a game that you just adored, you would either restart it from ground zero, or you would challenge the final boss over and over and over again. And this kid had clearly done that quite a lot, challenging the final boss. So much so that he was able to make it from the gunship to the final boss in a matter of, like, it felt like seconds, genuinely. I didn't see how impressive this was. And it was the original GameCube port. So, something that they added in the Wii version that carries over to this version did not yet exist. We'll get into that when we get into that, because that would involve spoiling a certain enemy in the game. And, the fact that its appearances got essentially doubled. Padding is what that did. Anyways, the kid got to the final boss in a matter of seconds, and then he started fighting it. My first exposure to Metroid, as an entire franchise, was the Metroid Prime fight. Literally, like, I didn't know what was going on. I just saw, like, various colors of laser beams going into a giant, like, spidery creature. Good times, man. It was so cool. But he breezed through it in like a matter of minutes. I don't think he was on hard mode, because if he was, it would have taken a whole hell of a lot longer. I'd imagine. I don't know, maybe these days the hard mode speedrun is like an hour total. I should look into that. If we end the stream and we've beaten the game, I won't get a chance to update you, but either way, after this stream, I am gonna check it out. what the 100% speedrun looks like on hard. Like, I'd like to say that we can't be too far off, but on the other hand, we are definitely too far off. Like, way, way far off. We've done way more backtracking than necessary. In this stream alone, if I had to guess, I want to say 4 hours. You can see next stream how accurate I was on that. Or not. Isn't it cool that they made this room pitch black and then made it so that the enemies are invisible? Pretty sure you can melt Metroids too. Oh joy! There were more invisible turrets that I couldn't see. Yep, there's the first one of those. All stream. All like stream series. I haven't done that yet once. Good lord. Okay, we did get one of them, the turrets. There are so many turrets in this room, and they're the same color as the wall, and you're just supposed to know! There's another one down here. I know that for a fact. I guess we already got it? Man. I was having trauma right then. That's what that was. And now we can see again. I don't think there's anything secret in this room. Oh, the music's back! Apparently, the music was really, really quiet last stream. So I'm gonna make sure you can hear it this time. Okay, my cat is... Jesus, that's loud. There you go. My cat is laying on the mouse. I had to disturb her. She was asleep. She's not happy about this. What a good song. I don't think there's anything higher up that we can get, but at the same time, I'm like really suspicious of rooms like this, and you'll— oh, I thought I was falling. You'll see why very shortly. I guess we'll keep this thing out for a while. Pretty much every door is gonna require that to open. At least I assume. Woo! Woo! Oh! Hey ya! My first, like, exposure to Mario 64— oh, glider guy! Was, in that time at that summer camp. Like, I didn't mention this. I mentioned that we were all allowed to bring our GameCubes. That was dope as hell for a bunch of kids to just get together and share your favorite games with each other. Really, really cool. But it didn't stop there. They had a bunch of N64s at this place. Just a ton of them. Oh, it's just you. And not only did they have a ton of N64s, but they also had Smash 64, Mario Kart 64, Mario 64, all the big titles. Except the single-player ones, because they... well, okay, Mario 64 is a single-player one. Bad example. They didn't have, Zelda games. So it took me a while to get exposed to those. Hell, my first time even playing the, original 3D Zelda games was on Project 64, which is not an experience I recommend. There was just so much buggy about those ports. Ports? That emulator. It has a lot of issues, but that's not what this is about. Mario 64. I didn't really get to play it through because every time I started it and like got like maybe 8 or so stars, I had to go home. I'd come back the next day and some like freak would delete all save data on the N64s. Sometimes it would save. Other times all the data was just gone. Which meant, like, You only got to play as Ness in Smash 64, like, once in a blue moon. Captain Falcon, you better hope he's around. Because the only thing we know how to unlock is Jigglypuff. Can I even reach that? I guess, maybe. Yeah, this feels wrong. Something about this feels really, really wrong. Here we go. Woo! So I had a ton of experiences of playing Bob-omb Battlefield, and then having my progress erased, like, the next day. It wasn't until, like, the DS port came out that I really got to give that game a shake. And that's another one of these, like, weird game ports that I just adore. That plays like shit and doesn't hold up whatsoever. Like, the levels hold up. The design, like, most of the things hold up. The different characters, that holds up. The new bosses, it all holds up really, really well. If only it controlled like Mario 64 did. Then it would be playable. And people would actually, you know, bother playing it these days. It did not. It did not do that one bit. Is this not where it is? I'm gonna lay one of these down just in case. Different ledge. There we go. Yeah, this is one of the sillier artifacts. I would say like 9 in 10 players need a guide to know where this thing is. It's a little silly. Like, let's be real with ourselves. It's a little silly. You can't scan that wall to know that it's Bendesium. You just have to have, like, figured that out. And why would you want to walk through a room like that in the X-ray visor when you can't even see the wall across the room? So you have to be on either this platform or this platform, and you have to look specifically at this wall. It's a little silly. But it's fine, we love it anyways. There was one item that I didn't even check where it is. I'm just gonna assume it's in this room. I am so sorry. I've opened the map like 3 times in the last 10 seconds. I get so turned around in this world. It's really cool that it's interconnected. It gives me Dark Souls vibes. Man, one of these days I should stream Dark Souls. That was the game I was streaming when my internet died 3 years ago. I think if I ever am to do that, the next time I play Dark Souls, it's either gonna be a Faith build or a Magic build. My last, like, 5 runs of the game have been, like, no magic whatsoever. Maybe a little pyromancy at most. Too much just raw, like, DPS. I'm sick of it. I want magic again. I like to coat my weapon in the funny magic juju. The funny tack and the power of juju. Another game that I never played, but, like, people around me adored. This is not that cave. Is there even anything in here? There is not. But I do have to get somewhere a little further in this room. If only you could grapple and then double jump. Oh, if only. Did that even hit him? I have my doubts. I don't think it did. At least we're back to getting, you know, big health refills from them. There's not really anything I can say about Mario 64 DS that hasn't already been said. I will say it was, like, cool that, you know, with a single DS game, a single $40 title, you had another one of those games that you could play infinitely. Like, if the platforming wasn't enough for you, and like the variety of characters wasn't enough for you, the mini games were very nice. I gotta admit, that was a very cool thing to have. There were definitely days where I only had like, you know, 30 minutes to waste, and I was like, okay, we're gonna play one of the minio games? The minio games, I guess. The Mimiosomes. We're gonna play a Mimio game. And we're gonna try to get a new high score. I would do that constantly, and there were so many, like, fun little mini-games for pushing. If you feel like you haven't played these games, but you owned, I think, New Super Mario Bros., I believe they were in that game, too. The same games. That is one of the DS games I did not own. You. Come on, Gelzap, do your thing. Gelzap is no longer a friend of the stream. He's back on the shit list. I'm trying to think, what other games did I end up playing at that summer camp? Like, we definitely played a lot of GameCube games, but we had to bring those because the place didn't have GameCubes. But, you know, me and my little friend circle, we all had GameCubes with our own little games. One of the go-tos is probably going to be the next game I stream to 100%, which is also probably going to be the next game I stream that isn't Splatoon. Because I can't get enough of Splatoon stream. I can't get enough of it. It's constant for me. I exist in a constant state of streaming Splatoon. Wait a minute. It's gotta be that room. It's got to be that room. Oh, please don't make me backtrack again. Please. So, I mentioned that it's probably gonna be the next game I stream. And that game is Kirby Air Ride. I think I mentioned this in the first stream that I plan on streaming it. But, Kirby Air Ride, 100% city trial. Keep an eye out. It'll happen soon. But, you know, when you're kids, you find your own fun in video games. And what me and this friend group used to do as literal children, so, like, it's that kind of, like, you have a Lego minifigure and you start, like, playing with them like only a child can. Imagining, like, scenarios and setting up the characters as though they're in the scenarios and having them duke it out or whatever. Well, the thing that we did... There it is. The thing that we did in Kirby Air Ride, we would go into free run, and the second the game started, everyone was rushing to their respective bases. We all had bases, by the way. By which I mean, we decided like, oh, in the volcano, that's my base. Behind the rail station in the city trial, that's my base. In the tower. The city castle, whatever you call that place, that's my base. Under the railway station, that's my place. We would all kind of decide, like, where our homes were. And the second we started free run, it was a race to get all your favorite cars, your favorite stars, all your favorite stars and cars, and bring them to your base. And then after a while, we would just start existing in this place. I don't even know why. We would just kind of start hanging out in free run, like a group of 4. Beautiful, beautiful times. That's another one of those things that, like, when you're a kid and you have a game, you just make your own fun. You start doing, like, weird shit that the developers definitely didn't intend. Like, they didn't intend kids to be sitting in free run, hoarding vehicles for 2 hours on end. They didn't expect that. It's what we did. I don't regret it. It was a lot of fun. It made you feel like, you know, something was yours. You had some control, you know, in the world as a child, which is like... Man, as I've done, like, teaching jobs over the years, I think that's the operative thing that drives children to do things, like to do weird things. You don't have any control as a kid, like, whatsoever, over anything. Like, everything you do is at the whims of another person. I have to check my list. We're looking for Phase on Mines West, which is, I think... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Isn't that right here? Oh, no. How do you even get there? So tell me. Talon South. That sounds like a trek that I don't want to make right now, so we're gonna improvise. I hope this doesn't end up being a huge waste of time, what we're about to do. You notice how there's 3 fly guys in this room? Sometimes there's just 2. I think it's if you approach it from that room. But not always. Sometimes there's still 3. I don't know. That happened last stream. I was like, oh, I think I got 2 of them with 1 shot. Turns out I did not. There were just 2 of them. There were 3 of them this time. I don't know what to think of this. Let me check my list and make sure I didn't do anything stupid. Did I do something stupid? No way. No, surely we're good. Yeah, I wasn't lying in the title. This really is the Collectathon stream. We haven't taken this one before. Hi, Nutmeg. Hello. She's just staring at me and, like, slowly closing her eyes. Anyways, back to the topic at hand. I wanted to talk about, like, when you're a kid, you literally have no control over anything. You're just kind of at the whims of your family. And being a child is fighting for any semblance of control that you can muster. Any of it. Because you don't get a lot. Most of the reason that kids lash out, I think, is that as well. Because they're just being forced into a situation that they want nothing to do with. Be it like school, after school, homework, you name it, anything. The kid didn't choose to be in that situation. I think given the chance, kids would choose to learn if they had the choice. They'd probably find their own way to do it. Oh, okay, there he goes. Wait a minute. Oh, scan! Important scan!
Recorded to logbook.
Plasma Trooper. I think, yeah, if kids had the choice, they'd probably choose to learn. But because they don't get a choice, they just have to go to school. It's like legally mandated. It just kind of goes further to instilling this like feeling of helplessness, utter lack of control over your environment. It's not easy being a kid. Like, it's no small wonder that like some kids are just constant like disciplinary issues. Like, what do you expect from them, you know? Uh-oh. Is he floating? No, he's just on a ledge. Standing on a ledge. I can't do the AC voice. AC voice? AC/DC voice. From Dirty Deeds Done Cheap. Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. D4C, if you will. I'll just start sounding like Toad, is the problem. It's too early for that. I can't do impressions yet on this stream. I can't. It's like 10 a.m. You know, there's a weird thing that happens in this room. I'll check if I have a clip of it at the end of this stream. But sometimes those dudes, those power troopers, they'll just like, they'll fall from these upper areas, and they'll start floating. And they'll start shooting at you from a position that, like, you know, they can float in, that you cannot get a good, like, sightline on them from. It's just, like, completely impossible. That's Metroid. I don't even know if that's exclusive to this remake either. Again, like, I did play the original Metroid Prime on GameCube. Or Dolphin. Dolphin. Don't tell anybody. God, what a beautiful tool Dolphin is. But see, I paid for the game. I own the game now. You got what you wanted, Nintendo. The cat is threatening to step on the buttons again. What are you doing? Don't do that. You can't go over that. It's too tall for you. Why? No! She's climbing over a wall that is taller than she is. She's knocking it over. Right back. What is wrong with this cat? She climbed over the wall, got to her destination, and decided, I don't want to be here. She decided this was a waste of time. She starts going back. Is this elite control? I think I missed some scans in here. I did. Oh, invisible dudes. At least that kind of staggers them, the weak hit. That's pretty cool. There are still more in here. They're just like way up. Well, we got some scans to do. Got that one, got that one. Where could it be? I remember getting this one as well. Maybe there's just scans from higher up. Like right here, perhaps. There we go. I was like, where are the enemies? That was on me. We've talked enough about being a kid and things that I experienced as a kid. So now I'm going to talk about Halo that I experienced as an adult. Because Halo as a kid, it was amazing. You had Halo 1, 2, 3, ODST, Reach, Glory. The glory days of Halo. That's not even an opinion. That is like the general consensus is what that is. Oh, it's reading time. These might be the only, like, scans I have to read the entire stream. Isn't that a blessing? You don't have to hear me, like, do weird S sounds as I try to read things.
Recorded to logbook.
Analysis continues on these cursed ruins and the Chozo temple that hovers near them. It does hover. We are now completely certain that the containment field denying us access to the impact crater is linked to strange artifacts that belong in the temple, but we are no closer to finding them or deciphering the riddles that seem to cover every wall of this ruined place. Command grows increasingly anxious for a resolution to this matter, so we must redouble our efforts. X-ray squadrons will begin terrain sweeps within days. Until they begin, patrols are instructed to report any and all architectural anomalies to their commanders.
Recorded to logbook.
There have been numerous incidents involving spectral entities at Chozo ruin sites. Several personnel have been assaulted by these Chozo ghosts. Few have survived. Survivors speak of swift attacks from nowhere, brief sightings of the enemy, then nothing, only to be followed by another attack. Science team believes these attacks are in response to our efforts to recover Chozo relics and artifacts. Somehow these entities are able to interact with the physical world, and it appears they wish to keep their artifacts for themselves. We will make them pay for such arrogance, for even ghosts can be destroyed. What a hard line. Even ghosts can be destroyed. That's like a lyric you would hear in a metal song. Is this the room? No, not the room yet. What am I doing? I think I'm going the wrong way. Immediately, yes, I am going the wrong way. Yeah, give me a second to not think about the world and I will start deviating wildly. So let's think about something else again. Halo 4. I played Halo 4. I played a lot of Halo 4. So you can trust that my opinion on it is at the very least cultivated from maybe 100, 200 hours of play. There were things to enjoy in Halo 4. Do not get me wrong. The DMR still felt great. The battle rifle, it was great to see it again. There was a lot wrong. Those are maybe the only two weapons that were fun to use. That can't be right. There's gotta be more. The railgun. The railgun was cool. Oh man, the shotgun was terrible. The rocket launcher was terrible. The sniper was terrible. There were so many weapons that they just like fumbled. And that's not even mentioning, like, the new weapons that they added that were just, like, so sad. Like the one that the main enemies used in the campaign. Those were pain. Those were not very fun to use. They were very unwieldy. And, like, even getting good with them did not feel particularly rewarding. Can I please get up there without having to do the puzzle? That would be so nice. I don't want to do the puzzle. I would really like to not have to do the puzzle. I have to do the puzzle. No, wait. It's entirely possible the puzzle is pre-completed from the time that I completed it. Please leave. You know, for pushovers, they sure are problematic. Problematic pushovers. Where is this gonna put me? Oh, thank God. It did save my, my... What would you call that? Layout, maybe? You can't get me through that, it's a wall. Okay. I was wrong. Oh. That didn't feel like a necessary gap to use a grapple hook over, but I'm not gonna complain. I was right about there being nothing in here. Even though this is like... If I had designed this game, this would have been prime real estate. I would have seen this as prime real estate to include like a hidden collectible here. But one less collectible means one less minute that I spend running around areas I've already been to, collecting things that I could already have. Oh, that does just one-shot them. That's cool. I no longer have to waste missiles freezing everybody and then, you know, missiling them. Ugh. There's one more guy I have to take care of, and then I've got an audio issue to handle. Okay, be right back. Heyo, I live in a very echoey home, and someone like 5 rooms away from me was crinkling like that kind of plastic package wrap, and like that crinkle was so loud that the mic was saying it picked it up. Like, what the hell? Alright. You know, we've only been... Wait, is it that time already? No, okay. I got confused. I thought I started the stream at 8 for a second. I started at 9. We've been streaming for about 2 hours. I would check, but the cat is standing in front of the number that tells me how long I've been streaming. She knows now. I saved the cat. She knows I'm talking about her. Yeah, it's only been an hour 40. We might be able to beat the game this stream. That would be crazy. I have my doubts, though. I definitely have my doubts. There's a non-zero chance this ends up being a shorter VOD compared to the last two. Not that I'm, like, unwilling to do a long VOD today, it's just I don't have an option. I have a family get-together. What can you do? This is the room with an item, isn't it? It is. That's it right there. Alright, please stay, please still be around. Yay! We get to keep full power bombs. Some of these collectibles are gonna get real hairy towards the end of the stream. Like, I know one of them takes like 5 minutes. Like, you enter the room that it's in and it takes like 5 minutes to get to. Damn it, even the microwave picks up on this microphone. What must I do? I've got a compression algorithm. I've got 2 pop filters on. And still, this microphone is the most sensitive thing on the planet. I mean, it is a condenser. I don't know what I expected, like, it to be a bad microphone. We don't use that Blue Yeti garbage in this household. You know, I've noticed in these streams, I do a lot of slandering. Just various things. Sometimes it's games, sometimes it's products outright. I might as well slander Elgato while we're here capturing using an Elgato, because good lord, this capture device, it doesn't just work. Like, I want to start streaming, I have to plug in and unplug the capture device like 5 to 10 times. And just randomly, one of those times, it will start working. I know there's something there! You told me 3 times! I know I could disable that. Oh my goodness. I'm not gonna disable it because... I'm gonna disable it. I changed my mind. No more of this. I know where I'm going from here to the end of the game. I don't need this anymore. Oh, what's going on in here? Ice Troopers, yay! Ah. Shooting through the geometry, are we? Jesus, I lost so much health just in this, like, room alone. Maybe I should have gone to the save point. You know, I think I did go to the save point. And still, here we are. These guys are by far the easiest to stun cycle. But... the issue is they usually spawn in groups. So... while you're, like, stun cycling one of them, you have to do, like, mad jukes to prevent yourself from getting hit by the ones that you are specifically not looking at in order to do your jukes. I see you. I can see the radar. I know you're there. So there's a couple things in this room, I think. Now that we have power bombs, we can open this. And that removes the force field. We're gonna get another pretty cool item. I didn't show this off last stream. I want to show it off, but... yeah, I can. We're gonna need a lot of health at some point soon. Anyways, this is what it looks like when you charge the ice beam all the way. We got the power bomb, the super missile thing for the ice beam. It looks like this. Freezes the whole area. You better not. You know, I usually use a 3-foot across mouse pad. I got this thing so that the cat could lay on the mouse pad while I'm able to use it. I'll tell you how that worked out. The cat would lay across the entire mouse pad. She would stretch as far as she could to stop me. And I very quickly would run out of room entirely. I wouldn't be able to move the mouse at all anymore. So, nuts to that idea. This is the super missile thing for, the thermal beam, the plasma beam. You know the one. Well, anyways, what I've taken to doing is I hang that mouse pad up so that she can't, you know, get hair all over it, so I don't have to wash it every single month. Every time you wash a mouse pad thoroughly, some parts of it get a little bit looser, more frayed, more broken. Are there two things in this room? Nope. Anyways, I'll go ahead and show you this now. It's a flamethrower. It's pretty cool. It would be my favorite if we didn't already have one that locked onto our opponents. I love this thing so much. Anyways. What I've taken to doing, I hold that mouse pad, I hang it up, because I don't want the cat, you know, sleeping on it. Even when I'm not using the computer, she just likes to sleep on the mouse pad. So I have to wash it every month. It's a hassle is what it is. So I got a tiny mouse pad now. One that is hopefully too small for her to lay on. And she's like trying to sleep on it anyways. She's like trying to wedge herself onto it even though she doesn't fit. This room... I guess we didn't have power bomb last time we were in here? This is a pointless power bomb, by the way. I'm gonna lay it down, and it's not gonna break the glass, but something else is. He's gonna break the glass. Why did I power bomb even? Another missable creature, Phazon Elite. I think this is the only one. Either that or there's two more after him. Nonetheless, once you kill them, they are gone forever. Oh, it still hit me. Interesting. He still has a shield, right? Even though he's like all blue and stuff? Yeah, he's got a shield. I'm getting stuck on the geometry. I don't even have to waste missiles anymore. No, I might as well. We should flamethrower him. We might as well. We have so many missiles. Stop it! You have to let go of the trigger as well. Wow. I thought you had to hold down X. I guess you just have to hold down the trigger. The problem with the flamethrower is it doesn't do as much damage as you want. Like, you're kind of better off just not using it. Oh! Juked me. So I have my doubts about us being able to finish the game this stream. And, I won't lie to you, the last two bosses, they take forever. And there is no guarantee that I beat them on my first try. Hell, there's no guarantee I beat this one on my first try. Is there even a save point? There's this one. Okay, that's something. Definitely gonna make use of that. I didn't even check which room I have to go into. Oh, okay, it's up there. We didn't miss anything, did we? Nope. Okay, next thing is where we released the Metroids last stream. Well, you know, I've kind of started to develop a bit of a lisp. I don't know where this came from. My S's are just very smooth. They definitely shouldn't be. They should be a little more, you know, edged. A little harder. Because when your S's are smooth, the microphone does not like it. And it's not gonna be shy about letting you know. It's just another one of those things that, like, streamers have to do. That it's really impressive that streamers do. What is hitting me? More turrets, I see. You know, I was complaining about the Blue Yeti. I'll admit, the Blue Yeti, at the very least, does a good job of canceling that out. You don't tend to hear that from Blue Yeti users. Perhaps a condenser mic was not the best idea. Yeah, I learned my lesson this time. I'm not doing this, like, the funny way again. That took way too much help. Yeah, last time we lost, like, what, 4 full energy tanks to that thing? Oh, come over here. Okay. Okay, we have to get up to the 2nd floor. I wonder if we can just go to the 3rd floor and jump down. That would be nice. The whole gang is here. Everyone is here. Super Metroid Brothers Ultimate. Just open the doors. I don't want to be here. Oh good, they were getting stuck on the geometry anyways. That's cool. This is not the way to go. Don't scare me like that. They come with offerings of health. Thank you, Metroids. Your pilgrimage will not be forgotten. So I complained a little bit about the weapons in Halo 4. You know, a game that is definitively not this game. As I'm prone to doing. Talking about games that I'm not playing. There was a health thing up there. Yeah, we got it. Please, Samus, please just look up. I'm begging you. If he drops a power-up, it's just 10. I don't care. I'm not going up to get that. Anyways, I complained about Halo 4's weapons. They just feel a little janky, a little off. You probably know that if you played the game. The other thing that you know for sure is the more chief complaint. The story is shit. Spartan Ops are shit. Why? The really cool thing about the earlier Halo games is that they were really good at, like, telling a story with, like, first-person shooter gameplay. They really beat the hell out of Call of Duty in that regard. Like, Call of Duty is no stranger to trying to tell a story with its games. But there's a reason that, like, the Halo story modes were so replayable compared to the Call of Duty story that you'd play maybe once. The gameplay in the story, phenomenal. The actual story itself, full of phenomenal story beats. And they hit the ground running on that regard. Halo 1, the Flood, just like everything about that story. Introducing that cosmic horror element, really, really cool. It's one of those things that, like, if you grew up with the games, it gives you more to latch onto, even as an adult, because there's so much happening with the Flood. They're so hip and happening, the Flood are. I don't need to be in Purple Visor anymore. You know, I'm gonna take another drink. Drink? Drink? Where'd you go? Drink? Okay, drink is here. Drink has arrived. Man, I really hope that doesn't pick up on the mic. I don't want to have to, like, lean 5 feet forward and mute myself every time I take a drink. I just want to go silent. You know, I had a stream deck once, and it vanished into the ether. Gone forever. Never forgotten. We can no longer farm resources off these guys. Unfortunate. But it's fine, because this room has a save point. Not this room, the next room. Purple. Oh, he broke a box for me. Wow! Oh my god. I'm taking way too much damage here. It's fine. There's a save point in 5 feet. I don't need to worry about this. Okay. Wow, these guys are picking some really annoying spots to hang out in. Is this guy even gonna notice? No, he doesn't care. Yeah, purple guy, not a friend. He hated that guy. He's glad he's dead. Where is the other one? He's directly below my platform, isn't he? Yep. Son of a bitch. Yeah, it's just another day at the office for these yellow dudes. They don't give a shit about the purple. Where am I going from here? That's where we're going. And there's the save point. You know, I kind of just want to ignore these dudes, because they're homies. Did they notice me? Yeah, they did. Oh, wait, there we go. Here we go. You know what Halo 4's story reminds me of? That's not what it reminds me of. I'm so sorry that just happened. It just like kind of came out of my mouth. The thing that it reminds me the most of is The Force Awakens. Please let me out of the geometry! It is like so much just like fan service and an attempt to give the fans what they want while setting up for a story that says nothing. The only way I can like stand Halo 4's story is to watch it through Donkey's video. The quest to get the ice cream. It is like masterful storytelling using the Halo 4 engine. I don't know, dude. I don't know how he did it. If you've watched Donkey recently, but you never watched his like Halo recaps, that is a treat. I think we have to kill them all before we get to do anything else, so let's fight 4 of these guys at once, just like I said they'd do. Man, this would be so easy if I could just freeze them and then missile them, but no, I have to, like, use them as a body shield. I would call them a meat shield, but he's a bug. He's got no meat. Do bugs have meat? Okay, I know that sounds like I'm, like, talking straight out of my asshole, but you gotta hear this, just a little bit. Hear me out. Fallout. Fallout New Vegas. Fallout 3. Why is there rat roach meat? Do bugs have meat? I don't think they do. I think they're just like a sack of fluids. Like if you tried to cook a bug, no matter how big it is, it's just gonna like melt. And you're just gonna be left with a carapace. I don't know. I never questioned that when I first like played the games, but like I can't get it out of my head. Like, why is there ant meat? Is that even possible? Is it possible for ants to have meat? The survey says no. Man, I love Fallout New Vegas, though. I know that's like the stereotypical answer that you get from people that like any Bethesda game. It's like Fallout New Vegas. Amazing. It really is just about as good as it's cracked up to be. Maybe not exactly as good as it's cracked up to be. Like, as it's gotten older, the holes have become even more apparent. Oh wow, they even make a noise when they finish setting. That's cool. This is Metroid Quarantine, yeah? Yup. The Metroids are loose. I don't think there's space pirates in here anymore. Not this one, though. He's cool. Okay, I was wrong. Why did the lights go out? What was that for? Why is it dark in here now? Oh, that sucks. See, like, this is the issue with the thermal visor. It's really useful in dark rooms, but only certain dark rooms. Like, in the area that you get the thermal visor. In most of the dark rooms in the game, it doesn't do shit. We're gonna be here for a while. Please. Please. Yeah, I'm not locking on anymore. That was getting us nowhere. Alright, he's gonna go in circles. If we identify the loop. He's not going in circles! Okay. Last time I was here, I mentioned it. There's invisible platforms. Is this even the right way to go? Hold on. I need to get onto that ramp. To do that, I think I have to go around. We'll see. That's another Metroid. Two of them! Two of them. Okay, how do we do this? We can't climb that, can we? We just slip and slide off. Okay, from here we can get up there. This is the room, by the way, that I mentioned earlier when I said one of these rooms has an upgrade that just takes a while to get. It's also a resource investment. Wait a minute. Can I just do this? That's the way forward is what that is. At least this is, like, distinguishable as, like, something is up with this wall using that visor. You can't scan it. Again. Maybe you can? I don't think so. Memory says no. Survey might disagree. We did it. That was not as long as I remember. You know, maybe it's just because I didn't know exactly how to get up there the first time. I spent maybe like 20 minutes in this room trying to figure out what the fuck I was supposed to do. It is a little cryptic. Blow up this wall that you can't scan to know you have to blow up. Please. Please. Let me up. Oh lordy. We saved? Yes. I might fail against this boss fight is the problem. So here's the deal. I think as a precaution, because this boss fight has a bit of a learning curve. We're not there yet. But it's got a bit of a learning curve to it. And there's a non-zero chance I won't immediately pick up what I'm supposed to do. I don't want to have to go through all these rooms and, like, find the missile upgrades again. I'm just gonna be real with you, that does not sound like a good use of my time. So, I think I might backtrack a little bit to the save room. I think I might. I'm considering it. We're already, what, 2 hours into the stream? I don't want to waste more time getting things we've already gotten. I'd rather waste more time walking through rooms we've already walked through. It's the lesser of two evils is what it is. This is the room, right? Yeah, fungal access. Ugh! This is a fun area because you can get a thing in here that you're supposed to get a different suit in order to obtain. You just take a lot of damage. Where's the thing? Where's the thing? Where's the thing? Where's the thing? I don't see it. There it is. Okay, the geometry was just a little bit weird. You saw that, right? Please, no! Please, let me out! Holy shit. Way too much damage. Just another reason to go back. No. I think there's something in here as well. Nice. Please don't. We haven't been hit by a single one of those so far in the entire playthrough. It gets a little janky when you get hit by one though, I won't lie. Ugh. There's a missile upgrade in this room somewhere. I don't know exactly where it is, but I think you have to, like, tread across the dangerous ground in order to reach it. This is the room, right? This is not the room. Thank God. Okay, I was about to be, like, completely lost. It's the next mushroom room. Fungal Hall 2. Or, you know, Fungal Hall B. Not this Fungal Hall. Classic guy. I think what would make these guys a little more fun is if they kept moving after you grapple onto them. As it is, when you grapple onto them, they just stop. They're like, nope, no more. I'm waiting now. And I think that might be nice for some things. That's Bendesium. Yep. But on the other hand, it would be a lot, like, more engaging to be swinging around on them like crazy. Come back. There you go. So this is a place that we have to return to later. No, not yet. Like, oh Jesus, oh sweet Jesus. Down here. I've been making a lot of shitty noises today. Down here is another item that we need for completion. Actually, I think we even need it to fight the final boss. But we're not gonna get it yet. That one we will come back for. Because I don't know if we can tank the damage necessary to get it. You know, I think I will use Thermal Visor. Because I really can't see the mushrooms and the Metroid with the same visor otherwise. We gotta do some eliminating. Oh, good lord, I thought I was safe. We're safe. Sweet Jesus, no. I let my guard down, chat. That's what happened. Completely let my guard down at that. I didn't even need to do that. Alright, we're gonna take a lot of damage in this room. Like a pretty unreasonable amount of damage. Oh, come on, I'm not touching it. Let me just clear the rest of the room first. I think there's still like 1 or 2 enemies. Wait, what? It's right here. That's weird. For some reason I thought you had to, like, trek across the bullshit in order to reach it, but that just wasn't true, like, at all. Okay. The issue with the thermal visor is it's not too keen on telling me exactly where I can and can't walk. So we're just gonna take a lot of chip damage here. At least it's not that much. Yippee! No. We're gonna stay thermal visor, and we're gonna hope the game doesn't kick me out of it. That grapple, in particular, is way more finicky than I just made it look. That specific grapple point. Oh, invisible dudes. I think this happens at another area in the game, but you can kind of just ignore them there, so I didn't even see them. Then again, I could be way off base. I could just be making everything up. I could have said nothing but lies this stream, and you have no way of knowing. Yay! See, I normally don't like the troopers, but when they're red, it's fine. This is just what I was gonna use anyways, you know? Like, it's not like I'm gonna use any other beam if I have the option. Alright, we got Fungal Access B. Now we just have to reach Metroid Quarantine B. We are there. There's a couple research logs here. And then the backtracking begins. Okay, you just hide behind that wall then. Ah, okay. I'm not with it as far as dodging projectiles right now. That's what happens when you go 4 days without playing the game you're in a playthrough of. Oh, that got him. Good. I'm guessing I need to climb this. Something tells me that this is the way to go. It's like it's a giant red arrow pointing at that thing. No invisible platform. I seem to remember this jump being impossible. Let me just look around a little bit more. Maybe from there we can do it? How would we even reach that? We could try. Nope. You can't touch it. It's not real. Fake ledge. For fake gamers. Oh, okay. I wanted to stand up and then do something else. There is a grapple hook. Oh man, I knew it. I knew there was something weird about this spot. I wonder if I just couldn't see it because, nope, I just didn't look up. Yeah, I'm a TF2 player. Oh, good lord. Hey. Let me in. Let me in there. Gonna find a way in there. Do I just need to scan this? Yup. Easy. I guess they needed to keep that there for their guys that were locked in here with all the, Metroids. Were there even any Metroids in this room? I don't remember fighting any Metroids in this room. You probably have a better idea than I do, especially if you're a VOD watcher. Yeah, I'll just take the damage, it's fine. Where are you going? He was done with this fight. I think there's 2 scans in this room, and then that is everything for pirate data. I lied earlier when I said that was the last 2 scans. At least that's how it would seem.
Recorded to logbook.
This time it's for real though, you gotta trust. You gotta trust the liar. As we continue to observe the development of Project Helix's elite pirates, it becomes increasingly obvious that these warriors will usher in a new era of space pirate dominance. They are incredibly resistant to damage, and their ability to transport and wield so many weapons at once makes them the ideal mainstay of our ground forces. Though they are not as quick as typical pirates, it makes little difference. With a platoon of elite pirates in the vanguard of an army of normal and flying pirates, we will have a near indestructible backbone that should turn the tide in any engagement. It's not lip service either. This fight is not. This fight is not. Where's the last scan? That was the last scan, wasn't it? Might as well check. Yeah. Pirate data scans complete. Now, it's a good thing I was saving my missiles, because in this next room, you get a missile refill. But, at the same time, it's a scan. That's a save station. What? That's the missile refill. I didn't know there was a save point so close here. That's really cool. That saves me from, like, the long journey back. Instead, we get a short journey back to the missile refill station. I don't need a missile refill, as you can tell. But I do need to scan a missile refill station, and I don't really see another opportunity for doing that this run. There might be one in the final area of the game. But there might not, and I don't want to chance it. We've come this far, doing 100%. Might as well finish it out strong. Oh god, they're still here. It's too late for me. It's fine, we're going to the save point anyways at the end of this. Oh, good lord. Oh wow, that hit? Give me these. Oh, I thought they were power bombs. Oh well. We do need power bombs for this next fight. If we don't have them, we're gonna cry. Oh, please. What happened to the first one? He just drifted past me, didn't he? Ooh. Alright, it's in here somewhere, yeah? Okay. I see the door! Thermal visor. And it's just this guy. Okay. Whoa, god, I thought I missed it. You can't change visors while you're grappling. That was a bit of a threat. Bam. Now we can recover all 3 of our missing missiles. Well, I think we've gotten all of our missiles. Although I feel like 255 is the final number usually, so maybe I'm off base. Might be 245. Who's to say? I might as well Google it, like in a couple of seconds. Jesus. Excuse me. Man, it sure is a shame that my Stream Deck vanished into the ether. Not like I could have used it anyways. I built this PC myself, and I am out of PC ports. Out of USB ports on the PC. There's no more room. There's so many things that demand USB 3, and I only have 2 USB 3 ports. So one goes to the microphone, the other goes to the capture card. Everything else gets worse capture. Even the mouse, which makes me want to cry. When you get really into, like, keyboard and mouse aiming, they tell you, like, you better not use a USB 2.0 port because you're just gonna have a bad time. And it's not that bad, all things considered, but it's pretty far from ideal. Where are they? Oh, it's Metroids. Ah! I was mashing the trigger, by the way. That was not me delaying intentfully. Why is the room pitch black now? I'm gone for 5 minutes and someone turns out the lights? Well, here we go. Did I miss a missile? You know, I have to Google it now. I have to know. I thought it was 245, but it could be 240. I might as well check. It's 250. We missed 2. Oh no! Oh god, I wonder what they were. Oh no! I have no rightly idea what these last 2 missile upgrades are. Well, I guess I have more research to do in between streams, which means I can't finish the game today. Which is fine by me, because I'm probably gonna fail against the final bosses a couple times. So, more time for that stream is a welcome add. Still. What the hell? What did I miss? I have no earthly idea where these missiles could be. I'm literally going... You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna run through every single missile in the game, even the ones that I was sure I'd gotten. And then when we come back to stream, I will know exactly which ones I've missed. There couldn't be one that I missed, like, on the sheet, yeah? Oh, this is so sad. I was really hoping we would collect everything this stream. We have all the power bomb upgrades. That's something, at least. Well, here we are. If it wasn't obvious enough, this is a boss fight room. I don't entirely remember the strategy for fighting him, but I know it's a bad time. Like a really bad time. It was a bad enough time in the regular game, but now we're on hard mode, so he's like the tankiest motherfucker known to man. So, one strategy I do remember is that once I, you have to break these 4 parts on him to get him to stop, standing upright. And then, once he's down on the ground, I can powerbomb beneath him. And that should blow up the cannons on his back, which, if I don't destroy those now, they're going to be a real problem later. And that's the other problem of this fight. You saw I was just taking damage from standing in Phazon. There are 3 pools of Phazon in the ground, and it's not obvious where they are. Especially considering you have to, you know, stay locked onto him perfectly. In order to just, like, you know, strafe around like a real G. Oh, that shield. Sometimes you can game the shield and have it, like, move things directly into him. Okay, we got them. Let's think. Super missiles, if I remember correctly. It's super missiles from here. First, we have this guy to deal with. And by this guy, I mean these guys. There are two. Oh, they both got frozen at the same time. That's cool of them. While I'm doing this, typically it takes a little longer to kill these two. Because they don't tend to stay too close together. I have to keep an eye on the radar because he's gonna appear, and he's gonna be X-ray only. And I have to super missile him. And that's a third of him already done. You saw how I hit him with 2 super missiles there? Normally one of those super missiles would have done enough damage to put him in this exact spot that he's in, which is, you know, us fighting him regular again. Now he doesn't have those artillery cannons to fall back on, so we have a little bit of an easier time with this fight. Oh, it seems I do remember a thing or two about this fight. I really thought I was going to be a little more lost than this. Just wait till you see the rewards for beating this guy. One of them is like, oh, that's cool. The other one is a strict negative. It's like, we made the game worse. You're welcome. Good job beating that boss. The game is now worse. Please. Thank you. The motion control drifted a little bit too crazy there. If I can get on the other side of his shield, I can still hit it. Because it's still drawing the shot into the shield. It's just hitting his leg on the way there. There's nothing I can do now. I'm just gotta wait. He turns into a stringy thing. A nervous system, if you will. Oh, 2 of these. Hooray! And they're different colors! At least one of them doesn't seem like it wants to use its gun. Just kind of wants to do sword stuff, which, cool. Like, you do that. Okay. I failed to lock on. Oh shit, I have to do something else. See what I mean? It's very rare that you'll be able to, kill those 2 guys before he does this. There is one neat part about this. Like, his attacks, they will kill these 2 dudes. Oh god, he's body blocking. And that's happening. Oh, I got stuck on this dude. They drop health, too. Let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out, let me leave. I don't want to be here. Wow, the reach on this dude. I think I've found a way to combat the dead zone on this controller. If I'm holding front or back, it's not gonna dodge me in, like, left or right just for trying to play the game. Like, my old strategy was to let go of the control stick and then jump. That is no longer an option. I get the feeling this is gonna take 3 more cycles of this, like, you know... After this cycle, it's gonna take 3 more. So that's this cycle started, I guess. Then we get to damage him while he's recovering energy. We'll have to do that 3 times. What's it gonna be? Yay! I love it when they're fired! And the sword one is a power beam. He got his gun out, didn't he? Yeah, he got his gun out. The sword one's a thermal beam. Gotta keep an eye on the radar. Because the second he appears, you have to shift your focus. And just start tanking damage from the others. Okay, back to this. I'm not gonna waste my time with the power one. The power beam one. Wait, he's over here now. Yeah, I've never been able to hit him after he teleports. So up until now, I just kind of believed that was impossible. It might not be. Dude, you have a much bigger threat, my friend. There is a giant, and he's gonna kill you. Okay, yeah, no, he kept firing at me till the end. I feel a little bad. That was the wrong stick. I meant to switch weapons. I switched visors. Why did I do that? What hit me? You get punished really, really hard for every slight mistake, damage-wise. This boss fight can be a real challenge. And really, like, if I'm being honest, a lot of that challenge comes from the goons that he spawns. Like, if he didn't spawn his little friends, I might not have taken any damage. Okay, maybe I would have still gotten hit by that. And by the floor being, you know, blue lava. Coolness. I really don't want to get too close to him. His reach? It's a little crazy. Am I wrong in thinking that? Okay, here we go. What's it gonna be? RNG time. What did he just say? They're behind me. Okay, there's a wave trooper and 2 thermals. This should not be so bad. As long as I keep an eye on the radar and know exactly where he's gonna be and when. He's gonna spawn any second now. He's here. Can I get this in one phase? That would be beautiful. Nope, another phase is required. Thank you, game. Or is it? Yeah, it is. Maybe if I pre-charged that super missile instead, we could have gotten through this unscathed. What? Did he just teleport? Or did he go flying? What happened to that guy? Okay. He's such a big lad that just walking at you is menacing. He closes the gap so quickly. Oh, good lord. Yeah, we're half our health is gone. But that's not so bad. At least he's not, like, challenging my reaction time, like one of the later bosses does. One of the later bosses is straight up crazy. I've perfected it before. Somehow, I got so used to reacting to its stuff that I just, like, I got a perfect run. I don't expect to do that well this time. What's it gonna be? 2 thermals again! This has been pretty lucky, RNG-wise. Which means if I, like, somehow blow it in the next couple of seconds and we have to do this entire fight again, that will amount to nothing. Okay, where is he? He's right there. It's done. At long last. Samus is dead. She was never heard from again. End of Samus. For the rest of the game, you play as Dark Samus. So I mentioned you get 2 rewards for beating this fight. One is this dope-ass suit. It's probably the coolest suit in all of Metroid, if I'm being entirely honest. It's my favorite, hands down. I forgot you can't grab those. Okay. Like, the fusion suit's cool, but it looks a little, like, janky. I like the color on the fusion suit. I don't like the design on the fusion suit. Oh yeah, we gotta go backwards. I'd be lying if I said I had no affinity for the grav suit. I think the grav suit's a really cool color, just in general. Where am I even going? You know, we'll know it when we see it. It's obvious. Uh-oh. I'm just gonna ignore the Metroids. And it's gonna come back to bite me any second now. I'm surrounded on all sides by Metroids! I flicked the stick in every direction I could conceive of. They surrounded me on all sides. Oh god. Okay. I mentioned there's 2 rewards, yeah? First reward is a cool suit. The second is this enemy. Vision Metroids. The worst thing in the entire game. For me. And it's not a competition.
Recording to logbook.
So here's the cool thing. You can't freeze them. You can only damage them. And you can damage them with any of your beams until they split into 2. Then they're invulnerable for 10 seconds, and you can only damage them with specific beams. And you have to fight them in claustrophobic corners like this, where I can't even dodge. So it's a good thing I didn't lose all that much health in the boss fight. I cannot believe I avoided that. As you can see, these things are kind of HP sponges. What is hitting me? What was that? What damaged me there? Okay, I have a theory, and I think it's the Metroids on the other side of this door. I think they're, like, clipping through a little bit. I'm still getting bumpered by literally nothing. By thin air. What is happening? I see what it is. I'm an idiot. It's these guys. Well, I guess I'm a fool after all. Man. It's really cool that you have to choose between seeing the fission Metroid that takes 2 minutes to fight and seeing the other guy with the other visor that he's only visible in. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. Please, stay away. It would be such a time sink to fight you. He's guarding the door. He's... I hate fission Metroids so fucking much, dude. I cannot stress how much I hate them. Fighting one is a 2-minute time sink. They spawn in groups. That did not happen in the original game. They added that in the Wii port, and it carries over to this port. You have to start fighting 2 at once, sometimes 4 at once, which, yes, split into 8 at once. I am not shy about how much I fucking hate fission Metroids. Good lord. I'm missing a couple things, it would seem. Do we even want to go back out this way? It would involve going through these tunnels again. I don't have it in me. I don't want to be there. Oh no. It's what's straightforward. It's the least amount of rooms between 2 places. We're doing it anyways. We're stuck. Oh no, is it the room where you need to grapple? Well, the decision has been made for me. I'm going the other way. I don't want to deal with this. Call it what you will. I don't want to deal with this. Yeah, that's 3 fission Metroids in a row, is what that is. please. Oh man. This might be the first time you've seen me like fully tilted. And it's in one of my favorite games. There was definitely some of this in the Splatfest stream where like 2.5 years after the release of Splatoon 3, people still don't know how to play Tricolor Turf War. That was a little tilting. I am now fully tilted. And it's by the simple introduction of one enemy type. They're in this room too. Oh, good lord, I just have to get to the other side of the hall. I just have to get there. I don't even need the grapple, it's fine, it's fine. These guys will latch onto me. That's not me locking onto the grapple. Thanks anyways. Oh, good lord. It's hard not to be tilted in situations like this. I'm not gonna lie. Let me go, dude, please. Yeah, that's your reward for beating Omega Pirate. You get the worst enemy in the game, and they spawn him fucking everywhere. I need to calm down. I need to relax. I hate them so much, dude. Oh. So a couple things. I'm still missing a few artifacts as well. The 2 missile upgrades, yes. But I'm also missing 2 artifacts, which I did not expect to happen. I really thought we got them all. They're in here as well. They're everywhere now. Have fun. Oh, thank God for platforming. I'm ignoring you. Get stuck on the geometry or something. I don't care. There's so many of them, dude. I can't see. I can't see again. There's the door. Please, just let me out. I don't want to be in here. Oh, God! Yep, this is not where I want to be. There we go. Watch as I proceed to die before reaching a save point because I ignored the save point that was in that room with all the Metroids. I'd like to say I'm not gonna let it come to that. That is wishful thinking is what that is. 5 this time. Unless I miscounted. Okay, 4 it is. Alright, the Halo genes are coming alive again. Maybe that's what I should be doing with these guys. Alternating targets so that they stay frozen. Guest appearance by the pipes. You know what? Yeah. I guess I could have been doing this from the beginning. A group of 4 might have been a little bit much to ask to do this on, but... still, this is a strategy. And I'm gonna use it. Oh, there's a save point here as well. Okay, that's cool. Whew. What artifacts could I have missed? You know, I'll see if I can, like, save us some time so that we don't have to do this next stream. And while I'm moving around the map, I'm gonna go to Omega Metroid and I'm gonna check. It's okay, I've 100%ed the game before, so I'm not cheating myself by just looking up what I have missed to remind me of what I've missed. I might be cheating you, if you've never played this game before, but Man, I know I'm not selling it too well right now. I was selling it in the first 2 streams, because there was just nothing but good. At least that's how it felt. Now we have fission Metroids. The good is no longer here. Why can't I reach this website? Give me just one moment. Oh, that's cool. I see what happened. Google did not like the word Omega and Metroid being combined, so it just refused to acknowledge that they were, you know, together. Nope, okay, it's doing it again. Now we are good. Give me like 10 seconds. I'm gonna figure out which artifacts we missed. And the reason I'm like stopping all momentum is because there's a non-zero chance there's one in this lab. Oh, I love this guy! He walks over, he sees Samus, he's like, no, it's nothing. It's nothing. He knows that if he acknowledges her, there will be death. Oh my god. You're kidding me. Am I actually that stupid? No, surely I'm not that stupid. I am. I 100% beefed this. Well, it was on the run, and I didn't get it, and you may have caught it earlier. Earlier, I, was outside in Phendrana Drifts at the towers, and I knocked a tower down. I think I then proceeded not to get the artifact that was at the end of that tower. Please let me out of this room. That is comical, genuinely. So I forgot to knock the tower over, I left the room, I went back to the room, knocked the tower over, and forgot to collect the artifact. What is wrong with me? I can prove it, too. I don't even have to check the footage. Logbook, artifacts. I'm missing the third one. Yep, that's it. That's the one I'm missing. And I'm missing one of the last ones. It's also in the Chozo Temple. What the hell happened to me? Oh, I didn't even put this in the run. You know what? I might as well go there right now. It's fine. Save us the trouble. That way I could figure out the missile thing off stream, because that one would be a pain to figure out. There is no log that says, like, you picked up missile tank 1, 2, 3, 4, but not 5. You just have to know which ones you've picked up and haven't picked up. Which is kind of why I didn't end up getting all of them, because I just assumed there were certain ones that I had gotten, and that was not the case. No, no use going that way. Well, we'll go ahead and do that. I don't have an issue with that. Yeah, that's not gonna take too much time. Even then, this is probably gonna be the shorter of the previous Metroid Prime streams. Now we can switch to heat. Whoa! It unlocked my camera from him. Insane visor behavior. Yeah, I'm sorry. I really thought I had the route, like, perfected. I was so proud of that little route I made. Okay, we're going behind us, and we need the wave beam. Yeah, I'll skip a couple fights. I don't have an issue with that. There's fights in here, though. I can't skip. Right? I guess not. Okay, if you rewind the footage, you can see that my radar was telling me there is an enemy ahead in this next room. And there just kind of wasn't. I think it's one of those things like we discussed with the jet troopers earlier, how they appear when you head in from a certain direction, but if you head in from a different door, no, there's only two. Like, there's 3 from one direction, only 2 from another. Classic Metroid Prime jank. Oh, yeah, see, that's what happens when I let go of the lock. I can no longer look that high up. It's a little unfortunate. I love these controls so much that I don't want to play the game another way. But it really is that sometimes causes me to just be unable to do some simple thing that you can with another control scheme, like look almost straight up. Or like, continue looking at a specific point without the camera turning. There's a couple issues. This again. It's the boys. There's 4 this time. Me and the homies after a long day of Metroid Prime. You know what? I might even thumbnail that. I genuinely... It's either gonna be that or the Fission Metroids. And like the swarm that I had around me while I was down in the tunnels. My god. My god, do I hate Fission Metroids. I think I've complained about... I've complained enough about them for this stream. I don't have to do any more. Alright, I'm pretty sure this leads to Magmoor? Well, maybe I should have gone the other way after all. But Talon South connects to Magmoor, right? Oh, you can climb this. I thought that was Vendesium for a second. Wait a minute. Wait, just a minute. No, okay. I was like, maybe there's a missile here. Man, I could not even begin to guess which ones I missed. Is that 250 missiles divided by 5? That's 50 different missile upgrades that I have to check the locations of? My god. Well, I'm gonna have a lot of fun in between streams. Don't worry, I won't collect them. You'll be able to know which ones they are on the next stream. I'll just, you know, find them and not save. I did some of that for this stream as well. I want this 100% playthrough to be, like, comprehensive, you know? I want you to be able to watch the stream and see all the things. It wouldn't feel right otherwise. Thanks for letting me complain about Fission Metroids, by the way. I've been, like, aching to get that off my chest. Like, worst non-boss enemy, I think, in any Metroid game. As far as I have known. Who knows? I haven't replayed Metroid Prime Hunters in years, and I've never played 2, and I've never beaten 3. Who knows? I didn't play Dread yet, either. I'm thinking about doing that live. Who knows? There's not a lot that anybody knows. It would seem. Talon East. If I go to Talon East... That's where it would put me. This would put me in Phazon Mines East. Isn't that where I just... This is where I am right now. Yeah, okay. It looks like our best route is to just, you know, walk through the ruins until we get to the Magmore, whatever it's called, the Magmore tunnel. Elevator, that's the word. We got it. So, I mentioned a couple streams ago, or maybe one stream ago, I can't remember, that the ball glow, when it's red, it is not very helpful to me for, seeing. I still can't see very well from that ball. In a dark room, it does like nothing to help me. So if I have to be Morph Ball in a dark room from here on out, I will cry. We left the camera behind a little bit there. What is happening? I'm jumping and nothing is happening. My screen's pitch black. Did I clip into something? No, I went around, like, this geometry and then it got stuck. The lighting. Why? That is one thing I do miss about the GameCube port. When you shot in the GameCube port, there was a lighting engine attached to each of your shots. They had to cut that from this port. I'm not sure why. I want to say hardware limitations. I want to say also resource allocation would have gone a little crazy if they'd done that. Nonetheless, you can't light things up by doing this anymore. It just puts a decal on a wall, and that's the best you get. You take the good with the bad in terms of remakes, and in this, there's so much more good that it's hard to, like, justify playing the original again. Which leaves us hungry in terms of Metroid Prime 2 and 3. Who knows, maybe I will stream that, and you'll be able to see the dramatic drop in quality between the two. Where's our dude? He's not here when you come through this door. It happens. This is crazy. If there was only a way I could get up there right now, alas, no such thing exists. See, I'll even try double jumping just for you. Even the door itself is sealed. You can't go through that door. That's so weird. In a game that's typically really good about letting you backtrack quickly, this seems to be like the one exception of an area. I am 100% confident that I got the other missile upgrade in the next room. I'm also confident that I got this missile upgrade too. You'd be able to see it right there. Man, I straight up can't believe I missed missile upgrades. I'm sorry for doing that to you. This was supposed to be the collect 'em all stream. Missile upgrades, gotta catch 'em all. I will check, even though I know for certain I got this one already. Yep. You don't think? No, no way. There isn't a missile upgrade there, it's an E-tank. Remember when I died against the first boss? I died to a misinput against the first boss, but I got through the boss that I hate the most at like half health. I can't jump anymore, I have to kill these guys. That was so sad, I didn't want to hurt them. That is interesting, I didn't know you could do that. I don't think you can do that. That was a little bug, that was funny. The infinite rotation. That was cool. I was thinking there might be a missile upgrade in that next room. I don't think I was correct. Well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get these two artifacts. And then I'm probably gonna end the stream. Because we have just been collecting for, what, 2.5 hours? 3 hours! My bad. We've been doing nothing but collecting items for 3 hours. I guess we did kill Omega Metroid. That's not his name. That's Omega Pirate. I read about him on Omega Metroid. That was the website I used to find my artifacts. It is really, really unfortunate, by the way, how good of a resource Omega Metroid is for 100%ing these games, and how, like, utterly buried it is on Google. I had to Google, like, literally 4 different things to even get the search engine to acknowledge that Omega Metroid is a website and not the wiki page for the creature from Metroid 2 Return of Samus. That was a battle. Oh, dude. I've actually got a story to tell. I didn't think I had any more stories to tell. Something happened. Story over. Next story. So, I was experiencing those internet issues that I had at the beginning of the stream, yeah? I was telling you about that shit. How, we were getting no upload and no download. We decided to call Netgear. This I did not tell. And the person who was helping me, it was my mother. God bless her soul. She knew we were having issues. She took it upon herself to call Netgear customer support. And, well, how do I put this? She had the phone already pulled up. She said, "Hey, Mumph. They're on the phone, tech support. So if you want to, like, try to sort this thing out, now's a good time to do it." Okay. I start talking to the guy. And he has a very, very, very thick Indian accent. Which, that's not a reason to discount someone in the service industry. In the tech service industry, that is the first red flag. Like, typically, if someone, you know, is of Indian descent, or they grew up in India, and they have that accent, and they've been working for a more established company, that accent is kind of like slightly become a little more Americanized. This was full Indian accent. Red flag number 1. Red flag number 2. The guy says, "In 45 minutes, I can resolve your issue. Here's what's going on. Your security package has run out. See, when you click the app, it says your support has ended." And we'll get more into that later. And what you need to do is you need to pay for this security service. Because the reason you're getting these internet issues that's making it fluctuate is because there are other things out there in the world that are interfering with your Wi-Fi, like your neighbor's Wi-Fis and their Wi-Fi connections, like the things that are connecting to them. Your Wi-Fi signal's getting a little confused. With this security package, you will not have that issue. We have 3 plans. One of them is a 3-year plan at $300. That's our cheapest one. Next is a 5-year plan at $400. And lastly is a lifetime plan, $450. Red flag number 3. These companies, especially Netgear, an established internet company, they're not gonna give you a lifetime security package. That is not gonna happen. Not in a million years would they commit to not charging you every year. Like, maybe a couple years, sure. Lifetime? Not gonna happen. So, by this point, I am massively suspicious. The thick Indian accent, that, like, I could excuse that, because sometimes people just have an accent of the region they're from. That wasn't red flag enough, but by now, the alarm bells are going off in my head. I am thinking, something is amiss right now, I do not see how a security package is going to fix our Wi-Fi issues. That sounds like technobabble. So I make it known. I type in my notes on my phone. I have my mother read it. It says, I am getting increasingly suspicious of this guy. And ultimately, I convince her that we should hang up the phone and maybe think about this. And so we say that to the guy. Hey, you know what? We're gonna think about this and call back. And the guy instantly hangs up. Instantly. He knows his con has failed. What told me that this was a con in the end? I asked her, my mother, to tell me where she found this number, because I assumed she got it from the Orbi app. Because we use Orbeez. Netgear's Orbi system. Do not buy, by the way. Just don't. It worked great for 2 years. There were certainly no issues, but now our satellites, they don't get the same Wi-Fi speed as the router itself. And they're supposed to. The only way we have good internet now on this stream is because I have an Ethernet cable attached to the computer that's 100 feet long, and it snakes through my entire house. So, yeah, we almost got scammed out of a couple hundred. And I worry that if I hadn't been there, you know, my family would have gotten conned into this. And, I can tell you, this is not the first event anyone in my family has had with this kind of situation. My grandmother. Good lord. The most hardworking lady in existence. I'm like confident in saying that. She's in like her 80s now. And she regularly goes into the woods around her house and cuts down vines with a chainsaw and then smears a certain substance on the roots so that they won't, you know, grow back. She is a hard-working, diligent character. She got an email from her pastor. She's very involved with her church community. And this email asked for a money transfer. And it said the only way this would work was if she went to a store like Walgreens and got a couple of gift cards and sent the codes this way. So she went to Walgreens. She bought the gift cards. If you're familiar with Kit Boga, by the way, none of this sounds foreign to you. You know that this is like scam centers in India. It's just a thing. And the legal system there just doesn't really seem to care beyond like publicly saying that like we brought them to court and then let them go and they're doing the same thing. These scam centers are fucking crazy. And so my grandmother, she buys hundreds of dollars of gift cards and gets ready to send the codes, and she calls her pastor. And the real pastor is who she calls. She doesn't go through the email. And she says, hey, I bought these gift cards that you asked me to get. And I'm trying to send them to you. What do you want me to do from here? And he goes, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't ask for any gift cards. We are good on money at the church. We take donations normal. We don't like, you know, ask for $500 at a time. We don't do that here. Lo and behold, of course it was a scammer. And the ideology that they seem to run with is that if you scam someone out of their money, they are a fool and you are smart for having done it. She is an 80-year-old woman. Do you really think that makes you better than somebody if you're like freaking an 80-year-old woman into giving you money? Good lord. It doesn't make any sense to me. Congratulations! You conned someone on the verge of dementia. Yeah, they're a fool for that. Surely it's their fault that they weren't able to fight through their old age and their dementia-addled brain to combat a scam. Surely it's on them. And you didn't, you know, target them specifically. Anyways, that was a fun situation. But to bookend the Netgear thing earlier, we called a scam number, of course we did, to reach that first guy I talked about. And I do not blame my mother for getting fooled by this, because she Googled Netgear tech support, and the first 3 results on Google, maybe even 4, were cons. Sponsored, the first 4 results. This is tech support. Netgear tech support. Call here. And you look at the website, and the website is not a Netgear affiliated site. It really fucking sucks. Like, yeah, people use Google to figure things out like this, because that's the world we live in now. We don't really use the yellow pages anymore. And Google does not care to sort out the real deal tech support from the scammers who make enough money to sponsor it so that they get, you know, their thing listed first. We picked this one up, yeah? Yeah. But that was my scam story. Now you know. Holy shit, what an issue. Bad times. Bad times. It makes me, like, embarrassed to be a human being. That there are people who convince themselves that what they're doing is morally just, and in reality they're like lifting money from the pockets of 80-year-olds. It's like, how are you real? It was one thing when, like, you can entirely isolate that to like a Kit Boga stream. It's a little bit less real then. And when it starts impacting your family members, it starts to really, really dawn on you that the gravity of how, like, pervasive this is in the online space. And how easy it is for them to get away with it and to actually, like, succeed in scamming people that don't have all their mental faculties. It's just infuriating. But I won't talk about it anymore. That's enough of a rant on that shit. Ultimately, we did get to real Netgear support, and here's the real funny ending to the story. God damn it. We reached the actual Netgear support. The guy on the other end was incredibly helpful until he informed me, hey, you called the business support line. I can transfer you over to the real customer support line. The reason I called the business support line is because their customer support line was not listed on their website. I had to. I didn't have a choice. And when he connected me with the guy, the actual troubleshooter, all he did was just, like, run me through the things I had already done. Did you try turning it off and on again? Did you try restarting your modem? Did you try setting it to factory default? Here's a ticket where we helped someone with a similar issue. How do I get on this? Am I okay? Am I gonna make it? What? I remember this being really easy to get into. Huh. Oh, you just go in here. God damn it. The dark TV strikes again at the very end. Anyways, after the guy ran me through the very standard things, he told me that I wasn't gonna get actual support unless I paid him for support. Like, because it turns out Netgear actually does have an annual fee just for access to tech support. We live in a beautiful world. Oh, I thought that said we were still missing one, but no, we got all the artifacts. We got all the research. We got most of the creatures. There's still one or two that we can't get until the very end. Wait a minute. Oh, never mind, I know what that is. We got all the creatures except for the ones in the last area. We got all the Chozo lore. And we got all the pirate data. We have collected just about everything there is to collect in this game. All that's left are those 2 missile expansions that we missed. And once we get them, we can enter the final area and fight the final 2 bosses. The potentially the hardest part of the game, depending on who you ask. It's not going to be a cakewalk on hard mode. Hell, if I were to do it here, granted I can't do it here because there's still missiles that I'm missing. But if we were to do it here, it'd probably take me another hour and a half at least. Maybe even 2, maybe even 3. Who knows? You'll certainly know if you watch the next stream, or if you're watching the VODs posthumously. You'll be able to figure it out. How many of these, or how long it takes me to finish the game. Who knows? Only you can tell. You knows. No more who knows. Oh, good. Man, I'm a little bummed. I'm honestly a little bit sad that we didn't get those 2 missiles. It's that perfectionism. It strikes, like, whenever it feels like. Oh, you did slightly less than completion percent? Time to feel bad about it until the next stream. When we actually achieve completion percent. Which we will definitely do. Now that we've done this stream, I can say with certainty, we're gonna get to the end, and we won't have missed a thing. Man, I'm not gonna lie, the thing I'm actually most upset about right now is that I can't play TF2 music for you. That sniper theme was so good, man. It's so good. If the VOD channel gets it claimed, I have to trim it even more. But if you're watching this in the future on the VOD channel, you heard the end of that song. It's a good-ass song, dude. Oh my god. On one hand, like, I remember, back when I was in college, I was getting dental work done. And I like to listen to music when I'm, like, you know, sitting still for 30 minutes while someone drills holes in my teeth. So I just kind of listen to whatever I'm in the mood for listening to. And at the time, I was listening to TF2 music because, you know, I was in a jazz band. I was really into jazz at the time. I was also in a soul band, but that's another thing for another time. But I just kind of wanted to listen to the TF2 soundtrack, so I did. And I had a great time. It was, like, peaceable. I heard, the Meet the Sniper theme, obviously. But I also heard some other tunes. You know what, I might as well make my way back. I heard some other tunes. Like the Red Team theme. There's that one that goes bum bum. Bum bum. If you know it, you know it. Good tune. I had a good time. I walk out of the appointment. I talk with some friends. They're like, hey, how'd your appointment go? I'm like, yeah, it went pretty well. I got to just listen to TF2 music the whole time. And both of the people I'm talking to, their jaws drop. They're like, why would you do that? I'm like, what? What's wrong? What's wrong? It was good music. It was peaceful. And they're like, immediately what went to their minds was Meet the Spy. The fucking, like... That song. The kind of, like, horror-y and scary stuff, and they're like, that is the last thing I would want to hear while someone is drilling into my teeth. He could be any one of us. He could be you. He could be me. He could even. That is like the last thing you'd want to hear in a dental appointment. So I guess what happened was I got lucky, because I was playing the entire soundtrack on shuffle. So not getting Meet the Spy was a blessing in disguise. I got Meet the Medic too. That's a good-ass tune. That's a contender for my favorite in the game, in the entire like game. Sorry, I wanted to say in the entire franchise, but TF2 is not much of a franchise. It's just kind of a game. Where does this lead? Talon West? Okay, cool. We're gonna go to the gunship, and we're gonna call the stream there. Thanks for joining me on this this wonderful Collectathon adventure. Boom, boom. Now I have that one stuck in my head, with the snare going in the background. Dum. It's good music, it really is. It makes me kind of sad that I'm not going to be able to play that going forward on stream. Lest Twitch completely mute my entire VOD until I stop playing music. From what I gather, there were 8 people who watched that VOD on Twitch, and sincerely, I would like to apologize to all 8 of you. It was probably a very weird start. There we go. Man, why can't it just be, like, clear-cut? Play any song from any video game, and we won't mute your VOD. You won't get DMCA'd. Just listen to the video game music, it's fair use. You're not using it for, like... You're not selling it for music purposes. It's just background music while you're doing something else. No. American copyright law, what a sham. That's a whole other rant for another time. Probably when we're playing Earthbound, I'll talk about that. Mother 3, the game I will probably never stream, even though I want to. It's a beauty, it really is. Well, we've done all we can do today. Now I just have to check every single missile location in the goddamn universe in between streams and make sure I do that right. I think I do have a Metroid Prime clip to show. I am gonna check. I don't. I definitely deleted it. I do have this one that's kind of funny. Jump scare. It's okay, he's just stuck. He's just chilling. Nothing to worry about. This is why I don't fear the Metroids in this game too much. They get stuck on the simplest of geometry. It's beautiful. Well, I think I've said all I need to say. Thanks for stopping by the stream. Thanks for watching the VOD. Thanks for doing what you're doing. Thanks for, you know, watching. I appreciate it. I'll see you next time when we beat this game at long last. Unless a salmon run rotation that early on play comes up before that, but probably not. Regardless, I'll see you then. Take it easy. Bye-bye.